of the Liberia Public Radio and LPR TV. We want to welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe. Thank you for joining us this beautiful Sunday morning from the East Coast, right here from the New England Bureau of the Liberia Public Radio. Today, I'm going to be hosting the Honorable Representative of Gedeh County, District number 3. And I'm talking about Representative Ellis Chersia Grant will be in the house here very shortly here. But let me go to Studio B of the Liberia Public Radio in Sacramento, California, to where the liberal progressive of the Liberia Public Radio, Samson Brown Toe, is standing by to join me here. Let me bring in Samson Toe here this morning. Samson, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. So. Thank you very much for having me on your platform.
Okay, good to be here. How is Sacramento doing this? How Sacktown is doing this morning?
Sacramento is doing well. Things are getting better in terms of the virus and stuff like that. The governor, the Californian, and the local community leaders are doing a wonderful, wonderful job. And we'll continue to pray for them, and we'll continue to pray for our host nation as well. Fire season just started. It's been going on, but it's been under control as well. But from what I heard this morning, that it might be a little bit intense this year than last year. So those of us that are working in the field in terms of fixing roads and things that were damaged, they just put us on notice that we're going to be working as hard as before.
Wow. So many, are you still working from home, or you guys got to go on site now?
Yeah, I do from home, but most of the time I go in the office.
Yeah, you are black cool. Nothing can happen to you.
Nothing can face me. So I go to the office most of the time. I don't like working from home because if I work from home, I eat too much. I eat too much quesadilla and pan butter, so I run back to the office. I like to work from the office.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Let me bring you here to Spectre, one of the young progressive there in the Kingdom of Morocco, joining us here. We want to welcome you. Okay, so Samson, very shortly, the representative of the Republic of Liberia, Gedeh County, your county, the man from Totan. Always people asking, I don't know, do they call you about this Totan business? I don't know why they call me. I don't mention Totan. Do they call you or what? Or why are you directing phone calls to me?
Yeah, I have had some conversation about people asking, where is this Totan? So I'm putting together some video about Totan because when I went home, I did a tour of Totan and introducing Liberia Public Radio fan to Totan. So I will release that video very shortly. But it's a beautiful town. It's a beautiful town.
Okay. Shortly yet, hopefully, because we just had a link yet, I will. Representative Ellis Chersia Green, remember his party is part of the governing party here. We're going to be hosting here. What are your anticipation? What your hope of you hearing from my Representative Green?
Well, I hope to hear from the representative, in terms of legislative effect on the district. What have he done? Not only just what have he done, because he can't do everything by himself. But what are some of the things that perhaps he feel Brazilians here in the diaspora and even back home can do to help him to move the district forward? I remember years back when he won the election, the night of the election result, and LPR, you were on, and you had him on that night, and he was very excited winning the election. And he explained to you, I remember that vividly, because he said, look, I won this election not because I got money, but because I was able to talk to my people. As we speak, he said, Mr. So, I'm on a bike right now, tonight, just coming from the Pro area. So I've been working hard. So, with that kind of hard working spirit within the representative, hopefully he will continue with that and help us move this district to the next level.
Okay, so basically, do you think he's part of the governing party? Are we going to see some sort of defense in terms of what this government is doing and perhaps is being misinterpreted by other critical Liberians or people within the opposition bloc? Do you see him going down route?
Well, I mean, most likely because they all do that. Once you try to put them in a defensive position, their posture is to defend themselves and defend the governing coalition. and so I won't put it past him. However, if he wants Nigerians and Liberians and everyone else that are listening, because what he has to realize and what all of them have to realize, nothing is done in isolation anymore. With the social media, anything that happened in area, any part of Liberia, people know about it immediately. So he can, in the process of trying to defend the government and even his own position, he has to be truthful in his defense. If he feels something is not right, well, it depends on the kind of question that you're going to be asking him, by the way. So if he feels something is not right and he's not genuine, he's going to get caught immediately. And then people, your audience and other people that will be watching will be texting, no, this is not true. So knowing the honorable man, I think he will do the right thing to be truthful. And if something that is not done, he will say this is not being done. I believe he will be truthful.
Let's look at one of those consequential issues been taking the political lines. Discussion has been ongoing both at home and in the diaspora. I'm talking about this sort of the presence of these Burkinabes in Gedeh County, especially your district, my district, Boston district, is heavily infested with the Burkinabe fingers being pointing at them, at him, even all the other colleagues here. That's one of the key things we're going to be talking about here. How can he get himself out of this here to erase this sort of set notion that Representative Ellis Green is also part of presence of the Burkinabes in Bazan district, Gedeh County.
Well, that's one of the things. Some of us are very anxious to see which way this interview is going to go this morning, because the honorable man has the opportunity to disabuse of all of the ignorance tendencies that we have, because we don't live there, we're not there. Or the only information we get is what people pass on to us. So coming from him, somebody who is representing a district that is being affected by this Burkinabe issue, perhaps he can address it and at least ease the fears of most of his brothers and sisters that are in the diaspora. Because the Burkinabe, they don't have a good history with Liberia from start, let alone Grand Gedeh. So Grand Gedeh, for Grandidians to sit peacefully and say, yes, we're going to sit peacefully side by side with Burkinabe. I think from just from our history perspective, I think it's going to be kind of difficult for us to see. But then again, I'm not in Grand Gedeh, I'm not in Boston District. So perhaps the people that are living in Boston District are comfortable with living side by side with Burkinabe. Those were the people that Charles Taylor brought to Liberia to wage war on Liberians, and that particular war affected Grandidians a lot. So now, if Grandidians and Boston people that's ready to say, yeah, let bygone be bygone. We want to sit, do business with the people, sit side by side. Who am I to question it? The only thing I say is that there must be sure that it is peaceful, because we cannot have another havoc situation coming from Boston District.
Okay, so yeah, absolutely. This is what other colleagues that we are all doing right now. So what's about I'm trying to figure out here. One of the things here, I'm getting some messages saying, can I try to be distracting? Now, the issue of Grand Gedeh, the caucus, I was there. I had the opportunity to interview them, and it is clear that these people, there is no good relationship. So how this yet, what sort of impact is it having on our county when you have lawmakers can sit down as a people to talk on the future of the accountant? What good is it doing to us here? How can he exonerate himself if supposing that question was asked?
Well, again, Mr. So, I think we have to be very careful how we throw this word of a good relationship in terms of the Grand Gedeh legislature caucus and what have you. I don't know, because I'm not part of their process. I mean, part of their group. So I can't sit here in my comfort of Sacramento to say these people do not have good relationship. What is my definition of
Something.
good relationship for them?
Something, please. You know that, and that's don't we are started on a good footing here this morning. I'm not here.
Mr. So that's what
Hold on. That's one of the reasons that I do not like to get you, because you always in the problem of this side, so-called facing thing that did not need to be faced. We need to say it as it is. These people are not friendly. They are not meeting. And
Mr. So I can't say that because I am not on the ground. I've not engaged these people in a group setting.
Okay,
Whatever that you
I am telling you now. When I went, I was able to interview caucus chairman Alfonso Gay. I talked to Marshall Denny. In fact, Marshall Denny vehemently told me that he was not going to a meeting. You saw that clip. So why are you trying to
Mr. So, in order for Marshall Denny, and this is the point, as a liberal, this is what you and I usually don't agree on things, because you, as a conservative, you take the book and throw it at people. I, as a liberal, look at things from a broader perspective. Now, let me give you an example. You just told us that Mr. Marshall Denny told you that he didn't want to meet with. What was the incident that led to Marshall Denny to come up with that kind of statement?
You anger liberal, you claim yourself to be, which of course you next to Nancy Pelosi is understandable here. Did you make an attempt to reach out to these people? The answer is no. Am I going wrong?
No, you're not.
Why?
Because there are certain conversations that I would like to have. I'll give you an example. When I went home twice, at one time, Adolph Lauren, the late Adolph Lauren, who was used to be my friend, he invited me to the Capitol building. So when I got to the Capitol building, he said, okay, let's go for lunch. He took me out some sort of a restaurant by the beach over there. So while we were there having lunch, a group of legislators, Akara Gray, Fulanti Kofa, even the young men that were going to be talking to Mr. Gray, they all came. And I said hello to all of them. He pretended that he doesn't even know me. How am I going to have a conversation with somebody? Marshall Denny, who you and I know very well, we have had a lot of conversation with him when he was here, a lot of interaction. When I met him at the stadium, Samuel Kennedy Stadium during the inaugural program, he pretended that he didn't know me.
You did not do your job. That's not what you did not do your job. That I can tell you. Why you mean by he pretended that he doesn't know you? Come on, something told.
Here you go. Now you're gonna doubt me. That's okay. That's what you guys do. The point that I'm trying to make. Let's get back. Let's take me out of it. Let's get back to the issue of. Okay, I think the honorable is on here, so I think let's go ahead and take and do what you have to do.
Yeah, the honorable is here already. So, folks, welcome to this broadcast. I'm a first sort of the Liberia Public Radio and LPR TV. We want to welcome all of our viewers and listeners across the globe. So, something told I want to get you out. Let me bring in the honorable to right after this conversation here. Definitely, I'm going to be bringing you in here for us to give a profile what the honorable going to be saying here, and I want you to follow through. But I have no problem. You in fact, you can stay. You are angle of LPR as well, so we can have it more interactive. That's something you're willing to do. But I remember, if you go there, you have to go the consecutive way here this evening, not the liberal way. All right. So that's something here.
I'm not going to change my position. I'm a liberal. I like to look at it from a whole perspective, not a narrow-minded person, as you conservative continue to do. So you're not going to change me to be a conservative here tonight. Go ahead. Thank you very much.
Okay, let's go right to the main topic of the event. We want to welcome Honorable Ellis Chersia Grant as lawmaker to representative District Number 3. Grand Gedeh County, the Republic of Liberia. Quite a long time we have not had this conversation. I'm glad and happy that the Honorable is here. Honorable Grant, good morning, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Are you getting me?
Loud and clear, perfect. How are you?
Yeah, but I'm not seeing myself. I'm not seeing you in studio again. I'm finding it a little bit difficult.
So you want to yeah, I'm seeing you, but then maybe you want to go off and come back. You want me to get you off and then come back? Hopefully it works out.
Yeah, let me readjust.
Okay, yeah, please.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, so let's see it. We're gonna have him on here. Let him get his fare. Okay, so Samson, are you willing to stay for us to get the work of the people done here?
Of course, we got to work. But what I want you to do, I want you to do all of us a favor. Approach this situation as though you're just coming in with fresh eye. Approach it from a broad perspective. Don't say because somebody have put in your mind, so to speak, in the past, therefore you're going to approach it. You don't know what a relationship
Do
people
you
have
want to
behind the closed door.
do you want to stay on this program this morning with me?
Of course, but if what you're going to kick me out, you're going to kick me out because I'm speaking against your conservative view. So now you're going to kick the liberal out. It's up to you. It's up to you. Apparently, you cannot stand the heat of the liberal progressive, so you want to kick him out. That's okay.
All right. I already know your intentions. You try to polarize this discussion here, so you will justify because then tomorrow you will start crying. You will start crying town cry on your program. Unfortunately, tomorrow is your day. You're going to be on air, so you are doing everything to entrap me. Then tomorrow you're going to be making a wolf cry all over the place. I told you this is who Alfonso so is. This is what he'll be doing. He doesn't allow people to do so. That ploy I'm not going to buy. I'm not going to play into your playbook here this morning. Unfortunately, I'm going to deal with you as it is, unless there's a technical problem where you can go on. That of course that's not my problem. Then that's a technical problem if you go off. Okay, but I'm quite sure. There you go. The man from Total. It's this guy, unbelievable. Okay, the honorable, we are waiting. Folks, please bear with us. We will do everything possible we can. Yeah, Dr. Siton, I will be tolerating, but this guy here, sometimes he's a pain in the neck, and we got to deal with him as he is. He tries to always measure out. He want to be like a young guy like us, and he doesn't know that the age already catch up with him.
Age has nothing to do with being a liberal. A
Okay.
liberal progressive, you're always young at the end. Okay, the honorable, yeah. Thank
Okay.
you.
I think it's much better now. Honorable, are you there?
Yes, are you getting me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Perfect.
Loud and clear. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so again, we want to welcome you. This is your own network. This is LPR. As a matter of fact, when you are in South Africa, whatever places, yeah, but I will know it being a hectic basic one here, so we have not heard you for long here. So my guess we're gonna get a lot of the unknown from you. But I don't need an introduction from you, but for the benefit of our listening audience and those who are not even Grenadians, Liberians, that I hear this morning with us. Yeah, they want to know exactly just to get a little synopsis who we're talking to so they will see it directly for yourself. So you're all yours, Honorable.
Well, thank you so much. Good afternoon, good morning to you, and good afternoon to my fellow Liberians who are right here with me at home. It's my gratifying pleasure to be here today and to speak to our people. It's been over a period of time now. I think since my second term, it's just about now that we are having this kind of conversation today, and I'm grateful to be online. I'm grateful to be alive as well in the face of this global pandemic, and we are surviving by His grace. So I am, for those who don't know me, I'm representing the Alex Chersia Grant. I represent Electoral District 3, Grand Gedeh County, and I have been in the house for the past close to 9 years, working for our people and working for, Liberia as a nation.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. The Liberal Progressive. With me is Samson Branto from Studio B in Sacktown, Sacramento, California. The man from Total.
I know. It's
Samson,
a pleasure knowing you, Mr. Tu. I've also been seeing you severally, viewing your activities on the internet. At times, you'll be interviewing your son and you'll be encouraging him to speak out. At, at times, you are talking to some other people. So it's great to see you.
Thank you, sir.
Samson, any opening statement before we get the ball rolling?
Well, yeah, I just want to welcome the honorable man, joining his brothers and sisters here in the diaspora through the platform of LPR, and I think we really appreciate. Not that he doesn't have anything to do, but to take time on this Saturday to say yes, I'm coming to talk to you, the diaspora, even though we have no vote whatsoever, but yet still he respects us and decided to come on. I really appreciate it, and I want to welcome you on Liberal Public Radio. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Tool.
Okay, so here we go. Time checking the East Coast here from the New England Bureau of the Liberia Public Radio. It's 11:12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We want to welcome all our viewers and listeners across the globe, inside Liberia, Morocco, Australia, USA, and the entire globe on the planet Earth. Thank you for sharing your Sunday morning with us this morning here from the East Coast. Again, we are honored and privileged to have Representative Ellis Chersia Grant of Electoral District Number 3, Grand Gedeh County, Republic of Liberia. So here we go. All right, Honorable, it's been a long while now. Talk to me. How is the able-bodied man, no woman, that in the house from the Grand Gedeh? What can you tell us? How is the caucus?
Well, the cocoa is good. We are working together. We're doing our best to maintain the image of Grand Juda County and to flag issues affecting our districts and the county as a whole. Yes, we probably may have been hearing that the caucus, some will say it's not working, but some will say the caucus members are not putting, but this is not true. We got four of the caucus members who are strongly supporting the work of the caucus. Currently, I am the chairperson of the Grand Juda County Legislative Caucus. We are four in number. Senator Dennis voluntarily resigned from the caucus for whatever reason he says best known to himself, and he has not explained anything further than that. So, except for him, the rest of the caucus members, including the office of the superintendent, we are all on one course. We are moving and trying to make our country great again.
Okay, Mr. Pro, don't hesitate to jump in. I'm getting some feedback. I don't know where you're coming from, but don't hesitate to jump in as we're going to have this sort of conversation here. Okay, all right, that's good. The pandemic. Let's start from your district. What is the situation that in Boston district you tell us?
Well, the situation with the pandemic, we are doing our best to fight this pandemic with ensuring that our country remains safe and protected. We work with the government and we have arrived at the point that, I mean, crossing the border from Moravia to Grand Juda is almost impossible. We are ensuring that there is reduced movement between Grand Juda and other infected county. So since the start of the pandemic, Grand Juda has not experienced anything like infection in the county. Our citizens are protected. Health strategies are in place with the county health team, with the local authority and the superintendent providing that oversight over the activities of the uh, prepare team, and then they also have this medical people who are responsible for response, and the teams are in place at the various entry points, the legal entry points, because we have I mean a very porous border from Grand Juda to go as far as entering into River G from the Konabo side, but otherwise our people are, yes, are good.
Okay, Mr. Pro.
Yes, yes, thank you, Armo.
Yeah.
Like I said, by you just taking your time this morning to join us is wonderful on this wonderful Saturday afternoon. What I want to find out is, and this is my area, that's why I'm quickly asking the question, and would
Yeah.
love to those of you that I consider to be the people that will move that county forward. So having you here is wonderful. But the question that I have for you, sir, is this: how's the road situation in Grand Juda County,
Terrible.
and what are you doing about it? Anything?
Well, much we can do is lobby with the government, ensure there are resources through budgetary allocations. But as you know, as lawmakers, our portion is to ensure that there are money available in the budget to see how we can build these roads. But honestly and practically speaking, We do not have the finances to construct that road right now. And so the executive branch, from the office of the president, there are arrangements with other international partners who can grant loan to see how we can connect the rural part of our country. Because this is one of the cardinal things that we need to achieve if we want to have economic growth, to have vibrant economic activities going on in the country or in the southeastern region. This is one of the important aspects of it. Well, from in fact, coming up this Tuesday, we have invited the Public Works Minister, Minister Mabutu Vlad. He will be appearing because the three counties, Nema, Grand Gedeh, and River G, we are concerned. We are going into the third year of of this administration. So we should have some, reliable information telling us what are the strategies in place in the executive to ensure that the road to the southeast is done.
Okay.
Last Saturday, I was in conversation with the Minister of State, and he has assured us that resources will be available. In fact, when I was visiting on Friday with the EPA boss, he also had reassured me that there were fundings available partly to commence the road construction from Zredru towards Tapeta.
So let me.
And how did I get to know? And how did he have this authoritative information? Because they have done the environmental impact assessment. And so, because they've done the environmental impact assessment and it has to be approved by EPA, so the acting EPA boss, is abreast of the information, and that also reassured me that something is going to get started on the Zredru to Tapeta Road, and then between Tapeta to Ganta. So, that's the kind of assurance we have. But again, we are inviting the Public Works Minister to come and then say it before the representatives of the people.
Okay.
On Tuesday, Mabutu Nyepa is supposed to be before plenary to give us tangible or substantial information as to what is the road situation. Because we also feel, obliged to our people. Those are things that we can pin upon. And sadly, pandemic setting in again and undermining our entire national budget. Notwithstanding, the government is lobbying and going around to get support from people to address the issue of the road to the southeast via Nema County.
So let me come in here a little bit, Honorable Grain. I'm getting a little feedback. I don't know. Somebody, you said the River G, other counties are concerned about this road here. And honestly, this road thing here, we're talking, and when you say concern, are you guys meeting as colleagues from different countries to really come to a consensus and put forward, or is it just individual members of these various countries are concerned about this road? Have you guys
Okay, it's not just about
the out-front approach?
yes, it's not just about individual meeting. I also want to bring to your attention that the Southeastern Legislative Caucus, I am the chairperson. Okay, I am the chairperson for the Southeastern Legislative Caucus, and we've been meeting and discussing this. Even prior to this, during early regime, we had several of these meetings, and we met with William, this guy who just left for the Judy Williams, and then at the time they told us funding was a very serious problem. So as soon as this administration came into being, President Weah submitted some financing agreement with Mboma, the Burkina Faso guy, who have offered to do it. But just imagine, there are a lot of international interplays that prevented the contract award to Mboma, and we are now about to request for the cancellation.
When you say prevented,
well, from information, this guy is an individual, and then our country should not be borrowing money from individuals to implement projects. In fact, that's how the IMF has come in to provide some support. Some people look.
Do you believe that?
Well, that's the information I got. I got no reason to doubt. Okay.
Mr. Mr.
Yes.
Yeah,
So yeah, go
if you
ahead.
don't if you don't mind, so let me two questions here, and then
Yeah.
I'll just ask you in section, and then perhaps you can help to clarify those one by one. The first
Mhm.
one is the county still getting the county development fund as it's used to. The second thing I want to find out from you guys is your caucus. Is there anybody within your caucus that have some sort of a roadway experience, engineering experience? If not, what and how do you guys come up with this information to engage the public work and the engineering department if you don't have that? Do you have people that's giving you information as to what type of question from an engineering perspective, from a roadway perspective, what type of question you need to ask, perhaps that will help you to clarify some situations, specifically the road. You know, most of it when it rain will cut up. So most likely it has to do with hydraulics. You guys have those kinds of information?
Um, we don't have those kinds of information. Okay, and we are not calling him to provide us with engineering answers or technical answers. Do we have a project to construct this road? Yes. Public Works and the executive guys are our technicians. Ours is to ensure that if there is a treaty to be passed or if there's a financing agreement, we ensure that this financing agreement is passed. And then the technical details can be worked out. As a legislature works through committees. So there is a committee at the legislature that is called the Committee on Public Works, which have a group of technicians. Beyond that, we have consultants who are supposed to look at the validity of these roads, that are supposed to look at tangibles on the road project. So, as a lawmaker, those technical details are not mine. The committee will
So,
work on a
so I don't mean to
specialized.
interrupt, sir. Are you, first of all, are you familiar with Banga Broad Street construction?
Banga Broad Street construction?
Yes.
No, I'm not.
Okay. All right. Have you, as a lawmaker who is helping to bring good things to Branch,
Yeah,
and we appreciate that,
yeah.
why aren't you looking not just the law? We agree that the public work and these people are supposed to be attended, but do you have trust in them? Have you even verified some of the work they've been involved with? Because if you think they're doing a good job, have you looked at other past projects or other counties projects that public work are involved and people are complaining about? The road in going from the Gabriel Tucker Bridge in Monroe itself now towards the OAU, they already have an issue with that. So are you guys looking at that? Their capability of producing a durable road that goes to Grand Gedeh? That's what I'm trying to get at. Have you guys looked at all kinds of stuff?
No, I think I think partly you are missing the point. We are
Okay.
not talking about public work constructing the roads. We are talking about public work awarding those projects to companies. Okay, public work is not constructing. I mean, public work follows up with the engineers, and if they are looking into the technical details, we have committees that are responsible to look at the technical details. All
Okay.
right. And that's what I just said. The House works through committees. So the Public Works Committee work on this thing and they come to report to us. Like right now, we are discussing issue of election law reform, and I'm the chairman on election reform in Liberia. We are working on that. If you have technical questions on elections, those are things I am working on together with the consultants, and then we present to plenary based on our findings. So the
Uh,
guys from public work will not have information as I have on election law reform. Therefore, I wouldn't have those technical details. What about the
So I
what
just
should be
I
the
just
rule?
I just brought that up. Not that you
Yeah,
have to have that kind of information, but I thought
yeah.
perhaps you try to do yourself some sort of a due diligence if you're talking
yeah.
about people bringing role, which you yourself already admitted that role is very important to the developmental agenda of any
Mhm.
country, and role is also important in terms of economic development in a county. So if
Very
somebody
well.
going to give you a role that is
Yeah.
not durable and anything else, I think you will be very concerned. You can only be able to know these things by doing yourself some due diligence. And I think to announce here publicly, I will offer my service to you, coming from Boston District and my own brother. I will offer that service to you, and I will engage you after the show. Thank you very much.
Very well.
The liberal,
Alfonso has my details available. He can exchange with you my number, and I can assure you I'll be very happy to receive that. And in fact, that's one of the reasons I have offered that we should have this kind of conversation so that you know me, I know you, and we can have many things, I mean, going on for our people. We don't have all the expertise, but those of you that have the expertise, we can work with you to achieve greatness for our people. Thanks
okay.
for that offer. I'm grateful.
Now the liberal progressive, you put yourself on record with Alfonso Z. And so, like, when time comes and you start telling me about your 9-year-old, you can't leave and go to
Oh, here we
Nigeria.
go.
Believe me, I will chew you up like a chewing bubble gum. Okay, let's get to the issue back here. So, I remember what I'm hearing. You calling on the popular way. Does that mean the government of Liberia, the fundings are there now to get this rule executed, or it's just the preliminary discussion? This rule business here, honorable, we've been talking about this thing over and over and over, and I'm quite sure Dr. Weah is aware. He went there, he campaigned. That's a major interstate, major highway there. That if it is paved, you have almost 16 count. I mean, not 16, 6 or 5 counties in there. It will significantly reduce the economic stress on the country as a whole. Are there fundings for that role now, or just the discussion ongoing?
Okay, thank you so much. Let me just go quickly, slightly back to 2018 when we took over as a government. And I visited President Weah with a few of my Southeastern lawmakers, and his conversation with us was, gentlemen, this is the time the Liberian people have given us. If we cannot make road to the Southeast priority, I don't know who next going to come to do that. He said that, and we said that in not passing, we said it clearly. I remember Funati Kufa was there, some lawmaker from River G were there, and he said it to us to show that he has Southeastern roads as priority. Okay, it's about, like I said to you, that's what prompted our overwhelming spirit to sign in Boma that you should pave or Southeastern road. We didn't even stop there. We as legislature,
Did you guys do your due diligence, you investigated before signing that Iboma, because it didn't go well?
it didn't go well,
So why
and
you?
we had explicit confidence in the president that this deal was something that could come. And besides that, in honest, we also signed out of desperation. Desperation in the sense that we need a rose. And if somebody comes and say, I will help you to build a rose, trust me, we were like, this is heaven. You understand?
So
Because
you
we
take
needed
responsibility.
road,
You take
we needed
responsibility.
road that 50 years ago.
So
Okay.
the
So when
law
someone
because
comes and say, look, if somebody come and say, I will give you roads, well overwhelming. Now we're standing, we lose nothing, or we lost nothing from signing the deal. It's what we are about to call for now to cancel that deal. I mean, but we need road like nothing else.
right. Was there a lesson learned from that? In
Yes,
subsequent
there's lesson learned.
subsequent
In spite of our desperation, we should have a second thought next time. Do thorough review. Like now, I have a volunteer and waiting or consultant, like Honorable Honorable Toe. Trust me. In case of next time, I will fight as much as possible to get electronic copy and keep him posted for advice. I'm not an engineer, so I can't claim to be one. I can't pretend, to be one.
the way you're committing yourself, so when you're not doing it, man, we're going to show you will cry on your you will cry on your knee to let you know. So you can't be at it. Mr. Toh.
Yes. Yeah. Again, as I before the honorable came up, that's exactly what I was predicting, and that's exactly what has been. Honesty, you can't hide truthfulness. You just heard the honorable folks, and those of you that are watching. This is what we're talking about. He just told you we were anxious and we wanted a role. So when somebody offers He admitted they didn't do much work on that. But any other person, they're all young people. You're talking about road, and he knows the importance of road. And I think earlier I told you, Mr. So, when Honorable Grant won his election, that night he was on a motorbike when he was talking to you. And he told you, I just won the election by canvassing all over driving motorbike. So you understand the importance of road. And so when somebody offered to say, I'm willing to give you guys road, and he just told you, we need a road. But now, hopefully next time, he has already admitted that they're going to look a little bit deeper than just that. And this is what we all do. We all make mistakes, but the important thing is you learn from it. So, Honorable,
Sure.
thank you very much for not taking the bull as the horn and say, "Yeah, I am. This is what happened." We appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you.
One other question that I have for you is:
Yeah.
you said earlier that Honorable Marshall Denny left the caucus. Marshall
Yeah.
Denny is not only a senator, but he's also your brother from
Yeah.
Boston District.
Very
Have you
well.
approached this honorable man and find out why he's leaving, and if there's anything you guys can do to bring him back home, because we need all hands on deck to move this county
Very
forward.
well. Very well. Very well. In fact, I just hope to have your number, and then I'll make some screenshots for you as testimony that we made effort to bring him back. But his issue, right, according to him, is best known to himself. If there is a genuine issue or reason that he can state, we can talk. Don't be surprised. I have even driven to Senator Denison to speak to him. He locked the gate on me. He tells me
Well,
when I arrived at his house, his security told me, "Oh, you're the senator inside, but let me inform him so that you can come in." After I've called him repeatedly, the phone rang the longest.
They,
He did
they,
not
re-
pick. And
they recognize you as a representative from Grand Gedeh County. All of you
of
team.
course, of course, his security knows me well. And they said, "Okay, Honorable, we are coming. Let me go inform the senator that you are here." The senator sits there and tell them that he's not in the house. And another young man came from inside and said, "Oh, but Uncle Edis, the senator sitting under the Palava house. Go, let me open the door, let me go." I said, "No, I cannot, because if he wanted me in, he wouldn't say, tell the security that he's not there." But the security had prior told me, and I confronted him because the following day, we went to in fact, like a week, we went to a meeting, and he said, "Oh, they told me the other days you came to the house, but I wasn't there." I said, "It's not true, Senator. Because even if you were told that your honorable man came to you or your brother came to you, and you say you weren't there, the curse you're calling back to, oh, my begin. Sorry, you came to me and I'm now home." So the fact that you tell me, because a young guy came from in there to tell me that you were sitting under the Palava house, that he even wanted to open the door for me to take parts at the bike. And I said, no. So he said, where? So when I became the chair on the Grand Legislative Caucus, the senator resigned. We had a chat room. He was there for the 2 months because I didn't want to remove him as administrator, so that even though if you're not part of the caucus, you will get information that we are passing on. A few days later, he removed himself from the chat room. No day that I call him, that he picks my call. So I don't know why, but in all honesty, he knows I supported him. With everything he required to become a senator.
So
Money,
let,
yes.
let me hold
I've
you.
done a lot. Senator Gay have done a lot. Senator Honorable Penu have done. Dr. Bole have done. And he persistently refused to participate in the caucus.
So then let me come in here because I was there. Even we had a plan. I wanted to sit one on one with you by the time, but you already had a plan. You are going out, and he Marshall then he said that I interviewed Senator Gay, and he said the same thing. And taking all of these yet, and if you were telling me that the caucus is moving out of the five, one is out. So
Yeah.
I see it. The caucus has been there's a complete handicap right there in terms of whether you're going to have a because it's a teamwork, and I'm not dashing
Sure.
this it's a teamwork, and I'm not dashing this on you, honorable, but I see it to be something that is hurting the Grand Gedeh County as a whole, because if Honorable Grant doing his own, George Bullitt, Representative Bullitt doing his, Senator Marshall on the other end, then sort of a coherent message is not there. But are you still working to have this still fixed, or are you leaving it as it is?
No, we are not leaving it as it is. And equally, the caucus is not handicapped. I can show you. Thankfully, the caucus chair is from the district, the senator is also from. So I'm occupying two positions already that will help to move the caucus forward. If you're even there, this is democracy. So even if we have five and he opposed or opposes the view of the other three or four persons, it doesn't stop democracy from functioning. So I think the caucus is good.
Okay. Let's come to some controversial issue now, and controversial in the sense that this is the issue that being out there. Why are you laughing, Honorable?
Thankfully, you know that I like to deal with controversial issues.
Okay. Okay, the pandemic. First of all, I want to make sure. For me, I don't like this sort of conspiracy theory and people making circumstantial guess of stuff here. When I have people I mean, is it true that the lawmakers were given 17,000 United States dollars during this pandemic crisis to help to their constituencies in the fight? I don't know why it was really for. Is that true?
Absolutely no idea what you are talking about. I have
So,
also been hearing these rumors, but I can tell you, we are politicians. People
mhm.
will always fight, especially most of those who defeated and still want to pick the challenge, will always seek opportunity to come back. And they do that not through honest intervention into the political activities of the people. They do that to gain favor with the people. So, and what makes it difficult again for them to come by is because they are treading on lies and falsehood. And our people are not oblivious of the fact that many of them are saying these things are lying. They want to be political Jesus, which of course they don't have capacity to be. And so they come up with stories that don't exist.
so
Again, I'm not going to outright dispute that other people didn't receive, but I don't have idea as a ranking member of the legislature that lawmakers were giving $17,000 to go to district to fight the corona.
oh, no, no. Okay,
Okay,
okay. Maybe rephrase.
everything that we're doing now, even the budgetary process,
Mhm.
is under the strict, supervision of the IMF. Okay, finances expended from the from the consolidated funds are monitored by IMF. Are you then saying we are conspiring with IMF to do the Liberian people? It
That's
sounds
what
so.
for me.
It's,
That's what I'm asking. So let me see what I can rephrase this question here. What I was for Ebola, or that was there any money, like in the case of the senators, where it was reported and we saw that some of them announced they received 6,005, they received 8,000, and all sort of mixed figure. Was that similar thing done in the case of the lower house of parliament?
Well, you see, that's in honest that one of some of the reasons sometimes yeah, lawmakers are with resisting to pass an instrument because if we hear 73 persons, sometimes we don't hear about money in the Senate. But again, the legislature there, some things happen at one location, you on the other location because we are two separate houses. That's why we're asking the senators, how? I mean, in private, we didn't go on radio to ask senator how you got money and we didn't get, you know. So sometimes the relationship depends, but we didn't receive anything of such that $17,000 ticket and go to your district and do this or do that. No.
Were you given
In
full
fact, recently, when we're compelled by our own reasons to pass the recast budget, we have to waive our gasoline supplies, our scholarships,
okay,
our district development fund, just to support the government efforts. So when people
so
come and say, so we'll waive these things and receive additional money, how?
so was there any subsidy given by government in the fight for the COVID-19?
Not to us, but we approve money, 32 million to fight COVID. The distribution was to go to rice distribution was to go to affected counties. If you follow up on our debate, I argued that we cannot exclude the southeastern counties. I argue that Grand Gedeh is in a very perilous position because we have porous borders. We have up to 64 crossing points. We do not know. Africa's cases are increasing. We cannot exclude any country. So whatever social protection response package that is being prepared, Grand Gedeh must be included. The records are there to prove. On the second day of debate, if you just follow our COVID debate, you will see me when I spoke about it. And today, fortunately at the time, I was on a committee, I was on a panel to prepare the state of emergency respond when the president gave it. So that's how we came. And today, the distribution of the full support program will cover the 15 counties.
So before I go to something told, in the case of the senators, they were giving, the national government gave them money to go to their constituent. The representative were left out.
No. From what I heard from Senator Johnson on radio, that they were giving, I don't know, he says sitting fees or allowance for return because the Easter break was on. So whether they receive money, if that was because Darius or Dillon announced that he received 6,005, other center are saying you lie, you received 8,000. So it became something disputable. But I think from their own conversation, they received something. But as far as I know, we didn't receive anything for enforcement of the state of emergency. No, I don't know. Well, speculations are always there.
Is it in the making?
But I don't like speculation. If I have to lay my hand on any tangible documentation, then I can be factual to speak much more about it.
Is it in the making to help the lawmakers, the representative to fight COVID?
Just really hope it were in the making. And then if it were in the making and I hear about it and I receive, I will out loudly announce it and then we'll go to the district. But again, we also have to be careful because if it's in the making to give the lawmakers money to go to the districts, then the Constitution does not support it. Because the executive is responsible to execute these projects and account to us. So when you give a representative money to go to the district to support the district, who accounts for it?
So
it's completed out. So that's why when people say things, I say people say people say these things out of ignorance. And that's how I brought in those some of the people who were fighting for a position that we have now. They didn't get, so they will go out to think they can use blackmail, misinformation, and falsehood to denigrate honorable men who are serving the people and making sacrifices.
Okay, we will be as usual. We always engage our callers. We're going to be taking some call, but again, to our callers, this is a platform where we do not just throw kitchen sink. We want you to ask a legitimate question. In respect, we want to always engage our leaders in a civility so that we can ask them. So, Mr. To, before you come in, so are you saying, Honorable Grant, like you said, it is the responsibility of the national government or the executive to execute it. So if you were offered anything in terms of cash to go and help your people, will you tell the government to do it?
No. Well, I will suggest that funding be channeled through the office of the superintendent, because at that I will be able to provide oversight supervision instead of executing the project. Then who do I account to? Do I report to superintendent or report to finance minister when I am their supervisor? I cannot do that. It would be better give them the money. If they misappropriate it, I have the constitutional power to make sure that we take corrective action. But wherein, as a lawmaker, constitutionally, to provide policy guidance, to provide the legal framework for execution, then I come back again. It was being the referee and the player at the same time, which of course I wouldn't, even if the other guys agree, I will vehemently oppose it. Let us do it right, and then we can get it. Because why it's not done legally and it's not done right. So I will insist, do it through the executive, because it could be entrapping as well.
Okay, Mr. To?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. So let me just say here very quickly to the listeners and those who are responding. First of all, we want to let you know This is the intellectual platform. We don't come out here to try to entrap or instigate or anything like that. You have the right to post, but if your posting is not being respectful to the guest, then I think very limited. And I think some of the posting that I'm seeing right now, and those are people that people consider them to be educated person in this place. And then they come up with this kind of ridiculous question and make me to wonder as to what are they even up there the way people put them. They can come out to ask you a question, but as you already lay out, if you come out here to be disrespectful to the guest, not because he's from Grand Junior, we can have any other guest to come on like Brown Public Radio. But this platform is for you to be informed. And if you want to engage our guests, you have to come out with respect. If you don't engage our guests with respect, then there's no reason for you to have conversation with the guests. Thank you very much. Let me go back, Honorable. Let me just ask you one or two questions. I asked earlier, and I'll try to ask that again. Are you guys still getting the County Development Fund? Maybe I'm being naive.
Okay, thanks. I recorded it, and I was just before coming to you, I wanted to intercept to answer that question before you could come in, and then school you reiterated the question. Yes, county development funds and social development funds. The county development funds are annual budgetary allocations from the legislature, and then the executive is about 200,000.
Okay.
Okay. And the social development funds now. It's not certain because the social development fund comes from concessions engaged into the county. So we don't have real reliable companies now in the county. Sometimes, like it used to be when Putu was here, we received some money that we used now to build a community college, which never existed before. That is nearing completion and dedication. We are still receiving county development funds, but through the budget, but not coming forth.
So
like
who supervises?
county city,
who supervises once they get to the county? Who supervises? Only the superintendent. You guys are responsible to.
I'm coming, Mr. Two. We received this. The last budgetary allocation received was something in 2018, and 2019 February we had a county council sitting, and we received out of the total money we allocated through the budgetary allocation, and the county council resolution was around 651,000. Out of the 651,000, we only received 40,000. No money.
I see. One other question that I want to ask.
I'm driving to the point of supervision.
I'm sorry.
I'm driving to the point of supervision. I need to lay premise so that you understand the whole line of implementation.
I appreciate that.
Then the money is provided to the county, and when the resolution is made, the county has an account which the money is transferred into. And if the money is transferred into that, we set up something that under the budget law called the County Project Management Committee. The Project Management Committee is elected for the term of 3 years. It's elected for the term of 3 years. There's a county council chairperson. There's a chairperson, there's a treasurer, and there is a secretary. Those people are responsible to follow up on project implementation. Beyond that, the superintendent approves. The fiscal superintendent, which is a new position created, monitors with the county council. The county project or project management committee. They are in charge of these resources together with the approval of the Internal Affairs Minister. So the council is presided over by the chairman of the County Legislative Caucus. Thereafter, the resolution is turned over to the county administration and the Ministry of Internal Affairs for monitoring of whatever project that is undertaken.
I see.
So
I have a very limited time, as you can see. The whole.
Oh God! Yeah. So they execute the budget and then they report to us for oversight supervision to know whether the projects are on course or not on course.
Okay, thank you. Let me ask two more questions, and then I can be quiet for a while. But let me ask you this: during the Ebola crisis, we
Yeah.
have different superintendent for Grand Gedeh County that we have now in this epidemic issue. How do you rate those two superintendent engagement with Grandians in terms? I know they're not the same type of disease, but I mean in terms of safety of our people. Because I remember and I heard the former superintendent, Mr. Solo, definitely blocked people from coming to Grand Gedeh at the particular time. So I'm not too sure if that kind of process is happening right now. But how do you rate these two superintendent engagement with the citizenry of Nigeria in terms of the disease and the effectiveness?
Okay. Thank you. Uh, we are using the Ebola format, which was very successful, to moderately modify and apply to the corona situation. Okay, to moderately, apply to suit the case of corona. And I tell you, that's one of the experiences that we have that is really helping, for which our case or caseload is still below 500. The Ebola experience is one of the best experiences that we are using. So we didn't need to make more modification since Ebola came, and then we managed our way to go through it, and we didn't experience any infection. We are applying similar mechanism, and we are even adding much more like civic education to our people. That's why you find out that from the pronouncement in March to this date, Grand Gedeh has not experienced anything like infection. We succeeded in deploying the military people at the bridge, and then all public safety protocol that have been instituted here are vigorously in place in Grand Gedeh County. Like,
That's it.
I mean, yeah,
Well,
the
One last,
hand
one
washing.
last question. As Mr. So said earlier, that we're getting into controversial. So, and you say you love to deal with controversial issue. So, let me throw
Yeah.
my controversial question to you as well. You know,
Okay.
Grant is slated for senatorial election very
Yeah.
soon. Among all of the brothers that are involved,
I
because there's
support Honorable Zoe Manuel Peno.
see you guys encouraging with me some kind of a program set up to have our smart, intelligent grandchildren with me to be part of it. I don't see that, but that's besides the point. Who are you among these brothers that you have? Which one of those that you think you're going to throw your support behind, sir?
I'm very clear. As soon as you started speaking, I said it, but I have to reiterate it. Frankly speaking, not to beat about the bush and to be very forthright, I support Honorable Zoe Manuel Peno for the Senate this time around. I think he's fully grown and fully prepared to deal with Grand Gedeh politics and deal with development issues in Grand Gedeh County.
So then let me push back on that a little bit.
Yeah.
What have Zopeno done that perhaps for which he deserved to be promoted in a sense?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. You know, from 1980 to 1990, we had the presidency of the Republic of Liberia. We have most of those recycled politicians all work in our government. They weren't able to make change. They weren't able to prioritize education. It was only post-war Liberia that today, if you have the Grand Gedeh County Community College, it was because of Honorable Zoe Manuel Penu and Eugene Fadabaga teaming up to create something that you call Grand Gedeh County Community College today, that is trying to work to ensure that our young people are educated. We have multilateral in Grand Gedeh County. Certain multilateral high school should have been elevated to junior college or college level in the 80s that we could support to be strong. Today, it's only in post-war situation that we can have a college in Grand Gedeh County through the instrumentality of Zoe Manuel Peno. Besides that, he has worked assiduously with our people, I mean the district he represents, to move people from shelter homes today to a corrugated iron sheet roof. Okay? He
All
has
right.
also
My
been
time has elapsed. So,
Okay.
so
oh,
thank you for the opportunity. Go ahead.
so
Take
I'm
the.
glad about that.
Okay.
And for me, I always like to make my support very clear and obvious. Let people see me so that tomorrow when judging me, you judge me based on what I said, based on records. In 2014, yes, when I observed there were some lapses, I think that he's covering up now and he's becoming much more mature where you work for up to 15, 16 years. I think you should be flexible. And if you're a PhD, you could earn it several years ago. We supported our brother, and today the opposite is seen. So I like to deal with controversial issues, like I said, bring out more controversial issues. I need to clarify them, clarify your doubts,
Okay.
give you, and then we can discuss more. But I'm available. Now I will appeal to you guys. Quarterly, I can give you briefing on what obtaining in the county.
Okay, now you are chairman. Okay, joining us now is the president of the Boston District Association, Mr. JJ Dennis from Pennsylvania. As usual, like I said, we're going to be taking phone calls. We're going to be going on our online Facebook page as well to bring in questions. I got one more question, and now we'll go to Mr. Dennis if he has anything. Mr. Dennis, any opening statement first before I go to ask my question?
Well, I just want to say thank you very much for bringing the honorable representative in for the Boston
Thank you.
District Association. So, I mean, we are all happy that we'll be hearing from him. I know you guys been on the line for some time. It's just I never having the web the name before. So I've been following it. And I just want to say thank you, Mr. Honorable Man, for coming to speak to the citizen of Boston District. These are all your brothers, and you should be honest with us. Be exact. Don't beat around the bush. So tomorrow we'll be able to hold you responsible for what you say today. There's
Thank
so many
you.
things we have to talk about. I know you start drinking water now, which is good to clear your throat. So
Yeah,
we
I'm
in,
set.
we in the United States, we are happy
Yeah,
to see you, and then you'll be able to. I hope this will not be the last time. And I want to say thanks to Mr. So and LPR for giving you the opportunity to come and speak to our people. Thank
thank
you very
you.
much.
Thank
Okay,
you so much.
after this question, we're going to be going to our Facebook field and I'm going to be posting the number as well for people to ask. Please make your questions to send, but very brief so that people at the time we want to. So here we go. The issue of the uh, the uh, the Burkinabes in
Mhm.
Grand Judah, specifically Boston District. My own town is heavily infested, and when you talk to people, they throw this sort of a conspiracy theory and somebody. The honorable then they are aware. All of them know. In fact, they have people hear this and that. Is it true that the Burkinabes are still occupying Grand Jide Boston district? Are they still there, honorable, as far as you are concerned? Any idea?
Um, Thank you, Mr. So. The issue of Burkina started a few years back, and like when I was not even in the horse, I experienced. I mean, I got some report prior to my coming, like our foreign brothers used to cross the border, come to Liberia farm and go back. But the understanding with the people was like, go there, farm, but don't plant live trees.
Mhm.
This was the agreement between our brothers in the Ivory Coast and then I mean, we on the other side. That happened for quite some time. And the first person who reported that to me then was the district commissioner, Jackson Kwenwo, in 2009 when I left the UNHCR. I started with the Farmers Cooperative Society. So when I continue for some times, around 2013, we started receiving information that Burkinabes were coming in. And then the town chief from Bakubli on the Ivorian side, one Felix, the coin Kejuanire.
Mhm.
I don't know if correct French name. Yeah, Kejuanire. He wrote to Doji Town people and said, some Ivorians are selling your land to Burkinabes and they are farming on your territory. So the group in Town decided to communicate the information. And then we started to follow up on this information, what was happening. And I became the grand advocate that these people should go from our forest. That which even resulted to the Ministry of Defense then sending people into that jungle
Right.
to be there for like 2 months patrolling. We came up as caucus. Then Senator Gay was the chair and he called all of us together. At the time, Honorable Witty was still in the house. Zupenu, myself, Senator Dennis, and Jamege. We had a meeting at the time. We still have some
Honorable,
money in the
honorable,
county caucus for peace and security. So we
honorable
said, since this is the case, yes, sir.
the question is, are the Burkinabes currently on the lands of Bazan District, Grand Gedeh Republic of Liberia? Are they still in that district? Are they
Yes,
living?
very well. Very well. Very well, they are here.
Now, okay, now you say at the
And
time you
that's what I'm trying to lay the premise because
Hmm.
if you don't understand how it is, and it's like going to Zwedru. You must pass through Senewan,
I know you're a
pass through
politician.
Djibouti.
I'm not a too friendly guy with politicians, so I'm not here to go around 8 years and leave from there, go slow.
No, you have to lay the premise for clarity.
Yeah, okay.
Because if I don't do,
So
all
yeah,
right, they are still there. Okay, they are still there.
okay, they are still
And
there.
now,
Now, no, hold on 1 second, Honorable.
yeah.
They are still there at the time you were sitting in the house. You became a good advocate, but the Burkinabes, they are not even Ivorians. I'm not sure what are the security implications that it poses to our country. Right in my own time, like I said, my own time, that was some of the people now we can't get along because these people they are brought in, they are farming, they are doing everything. Eventually, some of them, if I'm not exaggerating now, they must start making babies. And then when they are there, there's no way. And we know, and I was in the Ivory Coast, the histories of Cote d'Ivoire today and the Burkinabes, we saw what happened, how deadly it became in the long term. So I'm not sure what our people looking at the long term go, even if they are not considered. I have talked to the security people there. I have even went into an argument with the Superintendent Kai Fale, and he said that the people. So I said, you are the administrator. So I want to know, is the government of the Republic of Liberia, and you've been an honorable man, and these people are occupying our area, are they looking at the long-term security implications tomorrow? These people planning cocoa, they're planning different stuff. They're not going to tell them to go back and leave their thing. The next thing, they're going to be a chaos. So are they looking at that, or they are just looking at short-term solution problem for now?
Okay, and that's the essence of the premise I'm laying. So that you know how they are there. Because their previous state is now different from what they are now. Because their first coming, they were coming illegally. They were coming illegally. We insisted you cannot stay in the jungle there when you are there illegally. We did everything humanly possible and they got out of that place. When they got out of there, our people started taking personal likeness for them. The current situation of Burkinabes in the district now, they got different status. Some are economic migrants, some are labor migrants. Okay? And some are investors coming in now. Beyond that, being a person, like right now, I work for Liberia, yes, but I represent Liberia at the Continental Parliamentary Body, which you are fully aware of. I am the deputy chairperson on the Committee of Trade, Customs, and Immigration Matters. We are pushing for continental integration, political integration, economic integration. I mean, integrate Africa to allow Africans. As a result of this, we've even come up with African passports. The Africans should move all around. Apart from the continental parliamentary bodies, ECOWAS as a community is also pushing for regional integration. Our fellow ECOWAS citizens are coming. Now they're not coming as irregular migrants. Our people go there, help them to even process their papers to come and work with them as partners. Now we come out as ECOWAS citizens and say, hey, we don't want our fellow or West Africans or regional migrants to come and settle with us. Those are also issues that we look at. It impedes on our international reputation as a nation. It even impedes on us as xenophobic. So what we are working on to achieve and accomplish is Now these people are coming. It's the same people, our own people bringing these people. What do we do? Do we seek an opportunity where we can mitigate the future security conflict that may arise? Do we work it out that way? Or we come up to say we are rejecting them, let them go, and we be blended as xenophobia, or even your own people that are seeking justice. Sometimes you tell them, say, oh, because we make you representative, you get your own money, you don't want us to farm with people so that we'll be able to get our own money too. So we'll all depend on you. Or you want us to be liability to our brothers and sisters in the United States. It is a right. If you have a property and you want somebody to work with you, I cannot oppose you. Not because I'm representative, I should oppose you.
When
So
it's done,
there where we have the problem. Take for the case of your own village you are talking about. Those guys that are there, they've gone to Zedru, acquire farmland certificate, they own customary land. They say, okay, we want our Burkina Faso to help us. So we'll have opportunity to send our own children to school too. Tell me, what grounds do I have to say, hey, these guys should not come here, we don't need them. And the issue of moving, what they are doing now is the issue of international migration. ECOWAS, as our regional organization, is supporting migration at that extent. To the extent they are producing West African passports, biometric passports, that all West African, if you have it, you can move into, settle, and domicile within a particular locality of your choice.
However, do they scrutinize these people, or because ECOWAS support that? So it seems to me that we compromise the security, the integrity of the security of the
No,
country.
ECOWAS is fully aware of also the security implications, because even at the rates of irregular migrants, it poses a security threat. But if these people are coming through the borders, they are getting registered, and they can even have people in Liberia to say, yes, they are my work, they are my people, they are coming to work with me. They and myself, we are partners who want to work together. How much can the security do? Now that we have this understanding of what happened in Ivory Coast, what then can we do to provide protection for our people?
Okay. Okay. All right. There's a question on the screen that I don't know if you can or you want to answer.
I am coming. Look, I don't have some facts. Besides the fact that 2023, I'm going to be the next senator of Grand Gedeh County. I'm also looking at how we can work, because Mr. Saleh knows we have discussion. I told him if he have intention, he can also come. Let's team up so I can evaluate him based on what he has to offer. Then we can come up to discuss. But for certainty, yes, I'm seeking the Senate in 2023. I have nothing to have from you. You are my brothers. I cannot have anything from you. 2023, I am going to the Senate to strengthen the voice of Grand Gedeh County and to strengthen the defense of our district that we all dearly love.
Okay, so I mean that's a huge announcement. 2023.
You ask a question, I should be open to speak to you, frankly and credibly.
I love that. Okay, I have somebody on the line here. Let me go to that person quickly, and I will come back to you, Mr. Dennis. If you want to ask a question, that's fine. Something. Let me go here. Mr. George, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm there.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me say thank you to the guests, to the honorable. I got one or two questions in the comment probably. My first question is this equal movement of people. Here is my question. All these people are coming to Liberia and they need to come and where ECOWAS have trying to establish this movement. But I want to know from him first thing, at the local level, what are the process, the administrative process that is being put in place by local government to protect our local citizens, because our people are not yet sophisticated as compared to some people that are coming into the country. So what is there that they are putting in place that people who will come in the name of investing will not abuse our people and take advantage of them? Secondly, are they looking at how we as like being treated in other African countries? Because some of us are living in other foreigners, or whether migrant or foreigner that come to Liberia is not being accorded to us in those countries. So what are they doing to balance that, to make sure if we are in those countries, we have the same right that those people coming out from there get to invest in Liberia?
Okay.
Secondly, here's the second question. The senior package that being passed, I want to know how much was given to Grand Gedeh, and who are those people to receive that package will it go across the board, or they will say they're identifying vulnerable people? And if they are identifying vulnerable people, what are the methods are they going to use in Grand Gedeh to identify those who are vulnerable? Because as far as I'm concerned, everybody in Grand Gedeh are vulnerable. So let me just stop there. Maybe I'm going to come back.
Okay, thank you.
Point of correction, I'm not vulnerable.
Grant, hold
My
on.
family is not vulnerable.
Yeah, hold on 1
Do
second.
not generalize, because not everyone in Grand Gedeh is vulnerable.
Honorable Grant, I'll be coming to you. Let me 763 number.
I need to know the full name of Josh.
Yeah, my name is Ewa. I'm calling from Minnesota.
Okay, good morning, Aaron. What's your question to the honorable man?
Yeah, thanks, Honorable, for agreeing yourself to us. My question regarding the Burkina Faso. You know, it's sad that we Liberians, somebody who went to Ivory Coast as refugee, but they still treat us when we go on the street on a Thursday, especially in Ghana, they will ask what card it is you. I went to school in Ivory Coast and in Ghana. The same way the people treated us in those countries, while Liberians always allowing other people to just take advantage of us. People coming with different intention. We have to do something honorable. Our people deserve our land. They deserve our resources. The Burkina Faso is coming to enrich ourselves at the expense of the Liberian people. You guys, please do something about it. Please. It's very sad and pathetic.
Okay, is that it? You don't?
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Also.
So go out there, Honorable.
Yeah, Alfonso, please. Can I get their full names? Aaron, Josh, those are just indefinite names.
Okay. The first one, our Amos George.
Okay, Amos Josh.
Yeah.
From which town?
I don't really know. Usually
okay. Yeah. Henceforth, let's know which community they come from. Then I can give some specific examples. Okay.
So hold on. There's a call coming from inside Liberia. Okay. Let me pick up the call and I will come to you.
Okay.
Okay. Caller, are you there? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, what's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Carlton Sloju and I call from Liberia, Grand
Gedeh. You calling from Grand Gedeh? Which part?
Mostly Dodi Town, Bako Capital District.
Okay, thank you so much for being here. What's your question to the Honorable?
Yeah, I just saw a post that will have to do with Mr. Grant tomorrow. So that's the number so I can. Well,
he's on the program right now. We are having the last program. Is that what you're saying? He's on the program right now. It's on LPR. Hello? 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 Okay. All right. Honorable, go ahead. I don't know why he. Go ahead. Answer the question.
Okay. I slightly went off with Josh's question. Amos Josh, he was talking about the ECOWAS free movement. Whether the same thing is being applied to our people in the other countries.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's because of the ECOWAS protocol that most Liberians live in the other countries as well, because you are not traveling there with visa. It's in respect of the protocol that we are moving around West Africa without visa. And Liberia is a founding member of ECOWAS. Liberia, I can say, ECOWAS is a brainchild of Liberia. So if we are founding fathers of ECOWAS, and then want to compare ourselves with people who don't respect human rights, then it sounds so funny to me. Because if you say the way they are treating Liberians, but I was once chairman on this Liberia Refugee Repatriation Resettlement Commission. Okay, I agree. Sometimes we may have some difficulties in other countries. Sometimes it's not based on the national laws. And that's why when these things happen, the government of the country, based on treaties and conventions that ECOWAS have signed, will have to protect you, because ECOWAS is seeking international protection for citizens of the community.
Are you there, Spectre?
Yes.
Okay. Honorable, please, I know I will interrupt you. Let me get the call from Morocco. Go ahead. What's your question?
Yeah, by way of introduction, I'm Oyega, calling from the Kingdom of Morocco, and I'm here from the
Amen.
United.
Okay.
Yeah, my question to the honorable man in studio.
Mhm.
I
Like,
miss your name, please.
as a lawmaker, you have three legislative functions, which is the oversight, lawmaking, and representation.
Mhm.
But my first question have to do with the lawmaking. I would let
Mhm.
you know, our honorable lawmaker said in expose that in going to 9 years in power. So I would like to know what have been some of the law or bill that you have supported in the House, or some of the law that you have passed there for which, looking at that, and then you say 2023 you'll be going for the senatorial election. And then
Okay,
uh, my
go ahead.
second question have to do with
Yeah, that make it
the
two, so that way
oversight.
you will respond to some of these questions because calls will be coming in. Yeah, go to your last
Yeah,
question.
okay, my last question. You talk about looking at oversight, and then it really baffled me to see our lawmaker, and then like because signing a document saying you are injured for rule because you are injured for rule, and then people just bring people, and then you just sign people without looking into that paper, the referee, whether these people that are coming, the ready men what they are saying and this, and then you just go just signing people, and then looking at the issue of the Burkina Bees, where people come in the country illegally, then giving and saying this. So I would like to know from the honorable man what has been his own advocacy towards that particular issue.
Okay, thank you. Let me. All right. Okay. All right. Go ahead, Honorable.
Yes, so as I said, it's because of the ECOWAS Treaty that Liberians are still out there. It is seen because of the same ECOWAS Treaty that we got over 5,000 Liberians, particularly from Grand Gedeh, that are still in the Ivory Coast. Even though refugee situation have United Nations have invoked the cessation clause of the OU 1969 convention relating to the status of refugee problem on the African continent. But Liberians are still there. They cannot be thrown out because of the ECOWAS Treaty. Some still reside in Abidjan. Some we have another large population in Ghana. They are still there because of ECOWAS Treaty. In Gambia, we have
Hold the
Liberians. I
line.
mean,
Question
on the
now.
continent. So if we start to say that the way they're treating our fellow Liberians, even though some may have issues there, I cannot know what the issues are, but Liberians are all over the continent. I go to South Africa frequently. We have a large Liberian community there that have about 3,000 Liberians are there. Though they're not in ECOWAS, but under the OAU convention, the AU convention of continental integration. It is against the same background that in March of 2018, we have to sign this continental free trade agreement to provide African passport, which as a member of the Committee on Trade, as a deputy chair on the Committee on Trade, Custom and Immigration Matter, we approved the African passport. One is in my possession, so that we are able to move continental-wise without hindrance, that we may not even need visa. So if we start going on and then prohibiting people, when of course migration also comes with economic benefits, then who are we? So we are tactfully doing it. I told you when they were coming irregularly, because in international migration, we don't have something called illegal migrants. They are irregular migrants. Those irregular migrants are migrants that come without travel document or travel credentials. So we said, no, you cannot do this. If you want to come to Liberia, respect the convention that is allowing you into our territory. And they are coming now. Don't be surprised, even come right back home between Biai, Nico, and Biai. There was another issue that is coming now with the Burkina Bees. The
Okay.
Biai Nico people brought in an investor who they call Simon. And they say, we have our land. It's a customary land. This customary land, we have not had the papers. So you have to help us
Guy, I got to
to
hold.
obtain
Please, this
to
question.
obtain the papers. I mean, let me just pass on this before I can hold on. To
Yeah, go
obtain
ahead.
documentation for this parcel of land, then we can work together. So the guy said, how much? They say, give us $25,000, United States dollars. And this guy gave the 25,000 United States dollars, but the intention of the agreement is you're going to work with us between 25 to 30 years. Thereafter, the agreement expires. This guy give the 25,000 United dollars, not with my consent, not even information to me. They went to settle, they process the papers. And they now called me, Honorable, we have an issue with Simon. He gave up money, we process our papers, but the land is like 500 acres. We want to divide it between he and one other guy called Jean-Claude. So we want him to come so that we can divide it between the two of them, and we sign into this agreement. But that parcel of land is a customary land. He has to have title.
Okay.
You understand? So it's our own people that are bringing them. Now, if you talk, I'm a politician. While I try to advocate for the protection, I should also know that it's a decision as a politician when you make. You also have to take the people's interest into consideration.
Okay, let me go to the line here quickly. Yet, hello, caller, are you there?
Are you referring to my number, Mr.
Let me go to the first Australia. Go ahead quickly with your question. Let's make it 1-1 because there are a lot of volumes of call yet. What's your question? And then we'll come to the next person.
Yeah. First of all, I want to commend my representative that we all are on Oru Camp. And you can monitor me. How are you, Mr. Grant? Honorable Grant?
Fine, thank you. Who am I speaking to, please?
Hearing you, just
yeah. Mr. Grant, you made my day so sad, in a way where Burkina Faso people creeping on our land. And you telling me that those people ECOWAS. But you know very well that General Charles de Gaulle, General Charles de Gaulle, World War II, they took our land, left our people, a total play, all the places. Franklin D. Roosevelt took our land and gave it to Sierra Leone people. Charles de Gaulle took our land, gave it to Guinea. And today, even though the war came, we went refugee camp. See how they in the new treatment. You say you went by Liberia.
Hello, go to your go to your questions. There are other people waiting. Go to your question, and then so that there will be other people will ask your question. What's your question?
Okay, my question to the honorable man is: he should please consult his colleagues to get those people from our land, because those people in their own country, no Liberian can go to Burkina Faso, then they call it ECOWAS. In Ghana, we were there, they say we must come back home. The war finished. No, I'm putting law that will help our people. It's like a comment I'm making.
Okay.
Let it go back to their place. Let the Liberians do their own business.
Okay.
Our country, we tired giving our country to foreigner. Our people sit down on the fence. All those people there selling those shops, everything.
Oh man, I gotta go. I gotta go to the next person. All right, thank you. Let me go to.
Thank you, brother.
Okay.
Do you want me to instantly respond to him?
Honorable Grant, just hold on. Let me exhaust this phone number. Yeah, 484 number. Are you there? What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm a Juku Cummins.
Yeah, Cummins. Yeah, good morning. How are you? What's your question, buddy?
Yeah, this is a Juku Cummins. I'm calling from Christian Life,
and
I'm from Yaitawi. Yeah. Honorable, I just heard you saying that with what the Burkina Faso did in Ivory Coast, it just came to your attention. That is hard to believe. If you served, let's say, more than 8 years, and you are a Grand Gideon from Bazan district. So what you just said about that Burkina Faso situation just coming to your attention, what it did in Ivory Coast, it's hard to believe.
That's not true. You are misquoting me.
I can tell
you are indeed misquoting me. I never mentioned that. It's your own making.
End of this. That's part of your authority now. We all gonna keep. Yama on la promotion at Cliffy, we will regret. Because those people, they will bear children, their children will go to school, they will start losing the office, and build.
He's very low.
Okay. Make the questions. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead quickly.
Volume.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
All right. Okay, Mr. Yala, are you there?
Oh, I'm here. How you doing?
Good. How are you? What's the question?
Yeah, let me first of all extend my greetings to your guest, Honorable Chersia Grant. I don't know what am I audible?
Yeah, he listening.
Very audible to me. I'm listening and taking note.
I can have two or he on the video, you on the phone, so it will not go. But he listening. Just go ahead. You taking note.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
No, I just want to make sure that he's
Yeah.
hearing me from his
No,
end.
he on course. He hearing you.
All right. Yeah. So, good afternoon, honorable man. And I think it's a good thing that you make yourself available to come on this public forum. So, you Mr. So, I think I don't think we have enough time here because again, these are shows that you have people calling in. Everybody want to express themselves. So obviously, there are multitude of questions here, and I don't think I will be able to place all to the honorable man.
I'll be back in 3 months.
Comments before also I leave. I think the honorable man is trying his best here to espouse on the fact that Africa as a country or ECOWAS as a union has to exhibit solidarity amongst its citizens. That's a very fine presentation, but I think he falls short of the complaints from the people of Bazon district. First of all, I think I heard him asking people they should call their name and where they're from. Honorable Grant is my friend, my comrade who we came a very long way. So I'm not from Bazon, he knows that. So I don't think it's actually very necessary to tell him where I'm from. Obviously, like I said, he knows that. So the point there, the presentation is fine. Their citizens and all that kind of stuff. But I think the nitty gritty here is that, or the crux of the matter is the complaint from the constituents. The people in Bazon are complaining that people are encroaching on their land. So this has nothing to do with ECOWAS. This has nothing to do with the Soviet, behavior of the people, xenophobic behavior. If you are their head, what he needs to do is come down from the high horse, from his high horse, and go in there and investigate and find out what exactly is going on. Now, I heard him saying initially the people they were coming the wrong way. Now they are coming the right way. So if you are coming the right way, it's bad. People why my people say people coming the right way, getting their paper, they buying land from them, they're making their farms. Why are they still complaining? I think as a friend brother to him, that's my advice. He needs to go to the bottom and find out and solve that problem. The idea of coming to a house on ECOWAS, how citizens move around, that's not sufficient, because if the people crying that somebody is stealing from them, you need to find out whether it is true or not. Or if he knows what's going on, he can tell also who are not from inside bars. So he can tell, look, these people are just crying war. They are alarming falsely. You guys in there are there legally. Then we will know, because I can tell you so you know, you and myself collaborated before initially. When you're happy for the first time, when Mr. Guion asked you to spearhead that committee to go in there and check.
Okay, so Alice, just make the question so you will go. There are other callers here too.
That's
so
the problem. I don't like to come on this show.
No, but you can't. We can't.
I don't have a question for the man.
Okay, all right. Then I gotta go and go to the person who have the question.
You gotta go.
Bye. I mean, you can't go carry on like that. That's other people calling that. Mr. Grant, do you want to respond to some of these questions?
Yes, I want to. The caller from Australia. I somehow got frustrated that he would just make wild cast allegations and those things that, we're not talking. He didn't listen to me. I never told him that the information of Burkina B just came to me. I tried to even lay the premise from as far back as 2009. So probably he jumped in after I laid that premise. I'm aware. I have been an advocate. I have had several meetings with people. And that's how I get to know the first batch of irregular migrants that were there. The first batch of irregular people who crossed the border after the border land from Ivory Coast. Those were all driven from there. That's how I said, now most of the people that are coming, they are being brought by our own people. And I cited an example of what happened between Nico people and another Burkina Faso guy. Okay? So sometimes when you are listening,
Hold on 1 second, okay?
when you're listening, free your mind. Forget about the fact that you don't like Eddie's Green as a person, but listen to the information being transmitted so that when you are making your intervention, you make it, cleverly. Because if you start to cite things that I didn't say to impute them onto me, then that's not fair. So I hope he will listen next time, or he can listen to the replay. Those things that he missed, he's going to get them. If he said just that he didn't call his name, when Oru camp, and he knows when Oru camp, refugee camp, I started my advocacy there. I believe in justice. I started my advocacy there, and they used to call me crown hero. Okay, it's because I believe that the right thing should be done. So if he truly was in Oru camp, or he was not told by people that it is going in Oru camp, then he should know the character of the person that is talking to him.
Okay.
All right, coming to the issue of Yala.
Yeah.
And he said people are complaining. And if I'm just from the country, I've been having several meetings. The conclusion I have drawn is that portion of the district are saying we also are part of the district. We have our properties. And if you want people to work for us, you cannot drive them. I said all that before. Okay. At the time he posted a question that I slightly saw why Virginia Multilateral is having more allocation than Jordan Multilateral School. Those are things I will also deal with another time. Saying he can, I thought you are going straight to that. But it's good. I've had several meetings. I know the issue there. Most of the guys there now, they are not the irregular migrant, as you say, they are labor migrant who are brought in by our own people. Okay. Maybe some people tell you, oh, Honorable Grant is also farming, so you have I don't have a single Burkina Faso on my farm.
Okay, that's the question. All right, that's the question.
Yes, I don't have a single Burkina Faso on my farm. I have young Liberians. I have people from Grand Gedeh that are working there so that they get something. In fact, students go there during vacation to get school fees.
Okay, this is a crucial
from
question.
Multilateral, from other places in the community there, and I'm still motivating them because I want to become a job creator instead of allowing our people to go helter scatter. Okay. Then we also have issue of young people that willing to work in your place.
Okay, Mr. Grant, let's make it very brief. President Denny, if you want to come in, that's important. That's one of the crucial questions I wanted to come to. Whether you yourself have Burkina Faso?
No, I don't.
Okay. I don't. And let me just make it clear here. Anybody want to advise Honorable Grant, you call him and advise him. We don't have time. We're not going to sit here all day. Go to your questions, and there are other calling here. But hold on, let me just go to the other person here. Caller, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah, what's your name and where are you calling from? What's your question?
I'm B. Jawalikan Power. I'm calling from San Diego, California.
The important people to President?
President.
Okay, let us start your own baby. Let's see.
Okay, Grant, I thank you for coming in today. It's very good that you are here to listen to our cry. Because most of the thing I want to say here today is on the land issue. Because the land issue, they have been talking about it, that there are people fighting over land, Burkina Faso, enter Liberia, the representative not doing nothing, and it's good that you clarify things here today, and I appreciate it. And the second thing I wanted to say, and you are already came into it, is that you have Burkina Faso on your farm, and you already clarified it too as well. The only thing now I'm looking at now is a thing that you already made mention, Jordan. You talk about you will be the next senator for Grand Gedeh. Okay, there is my question.
Come 2023.
Of Baton District. You are representative of Baton District. The people in Baton District, they know what you're capable of doing. Now you want to take over the whole of Grand Gedeh County.
Yeah.
So what are some of your motives or objectives that you're going to do for Grand Gedeh that will encourage them to carry you as senator?
Okay.
Okay,
that's to be I don't know.
Platform. You want me to open my platform right now?
I don't think so because I need the other question here. So
because I know all the guys, guys want wisdom to campaign too. So I don't just want to open my package because it's a work in progress.
Okay. All right. Let me see. Okay, go ahead.
Mr. So.
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. President.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. So. And again, I say thank you, Honorable.
Yeah.
There's some, most of the time we talk, I always ask you some questions.
Yeah, sure.
But when in a classroom, if you even have the answer, you should ask the question so that people will get to know.
Definitely.
As a representative for Barazon District, what will you point to now for the past time? Like we're talking about the development funds. What have you used the development funds for? Or what have you been monitoring on how they use the development fund? What will you say that this money we got, this is what we use it for?
Okay, thank you. Can I go straight into that?
Yeah. Okay. Hold on.
Yes.
After you, I'll bring you in.
Yeah, let me go straight to that because I don't want to miss some things. Firstly, when I became representative in 2012, the money was being used bulk, and most of the money was going into Zedru City or Chen district. And then, as a representative of 4 administrative districts, I said, no, this is not fair to the other parts of the district. There was a point we had $474,000, and how much came to Bason district? 17,000, and the rest of it was to have rehabilitate projects and things in Chen district. So I said, no, this then marginalizes my district, so we have to do it this way. Let's give each of the administrative district whatever we have. If the district can decide, then they know what they want to do. So at the point we established within the district project management teams. At the central level, we have project management committee, PMC. So at the district level, we have PMT team or Tango, if you just put it that way. And the other one is PM Charlie. This is PM Tango, project management team, project management committee. So at that point, we started to ensure that monies go to the various districts. In Jaudi, we have one of the best administrative districts that were built. In Jaudi, we have the chief compound built in Bazon as well, like one that is important. We have clinics built in Biaitawe. We give them money for the construction of the clinic. Okay. In between Boplo, they are divided. So now when they receive 100,000, each of the wings takes 50,000. Some of the money were used to reopen the roads for assets. And the opening aspect that they used was like roadside brushes so that people will be able to engage in those places. And some little or covers in those places. Okay. Though the money is not much, but they were able to address some minimal things. As a result, today you have another administrative building built in Sletown for the district commissioner's office. In my district, I don't want to go beyond to the other parts of the counties, which I have not personally gone to see, and I can speak to them. But those that happen in my district, those are the ones that I can account for.
Okay, let me go to the
and at times, when a budget is passed, during budget performance, you have shortcoming. Shortcoming such as the budget shortfall, and we are struggling. Our budget here is based on cash. When people pay taxes, that money you see and redeploy it. It's because of the county development resources that we have. Today, we have high-moving equipment in Grand Juda County that we are helping to open some of the rural roads. That particular meeting, I presided over in 2 times, was special county city, where we have $970,000. Such 400,000 were dispersed, so the rest of the money, they say budget shortfall. We couldn't get it. And now those are things that we are still running behind the government, but we can also see that the funding, money income is slow because of this transition that we have, transition of government, and today, worst case scenario, the pandemic. Today, we used to collect $1 million per budgetary day. Today, we collect some money, less than 150,000 per day because of the impact of this corona. It's a serious budgetary situation.
Okay. Let me go to this number here quick. Pandemic just happened yesterday. Why were you one can't tell me pandemic business?
Yeah, affected the budgetary period between 2019 and 2020, and it's going to have further impact on 2020 and 2021.
Okay, all right. Let me go to the caller. Are you there? So sorry for being on hold. Are you there?
Yeah.
Yes, sorry. He was responding to. What's your name and where are you calling from? What's your question?
Your mom Gedeh from Nevada district now in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Okay.
USA.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. What's your question, please?
Yeah. My question is, which tangible development that the honorable have in his district since he became lawmaker?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me quickly answer that.
Then,
I'd like to deal with them one-on-one
coming
so that you get
this coming by election.
what?
Yeah. This coming
What?
December election. And then he's carrying we that Zopeno, and someone asked him, then he said that Zopeno gets a view or Zin. A Zin that was given by Zopeno to the township 2005, that when you come on the platform and now you say, yes, sir. What time of
But don't get vexed. I have my own choice. Choose your own.
He's saying what 2005 Zin.
Okay.
Why you're not there? What country? When you're not want to beat, you don't want to beat on. You beat the team.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right. You finished?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, my brother.
Hold on. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me go to this WhatsApp number you've been calling here. Are you there? 484 number. Are you there?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah. What's your name and where you calling for? Go ahead for your question, please.
Yeah, this is Justin Wage.
Okay, so go ahead, Mr. Gay.
I'm constrained to call this morning. My concern has to do with the Burkinabe issue. Honorable, this just an appeal from me. Yes, I'm here. I said this is an appeal.
Yeah, go ahead. He's listening. When you finish, then he will respond.
So we, Bazodian, majority of us are not happy about the idea of having Burkinabe in our district. Because one reason is we don't have the same culture of common ground, so we don't need them in our district. Majority of the people don't need them. Even for a common example, in my town, there was an issue between the Burkinabe when they first arrived, and which led to the town to sign a joint resolution that whenever they come in Liberia or Boston district, they are not needed in Dweistan. Various towns and villages going through the same thing. So, Honorable, please use your good office to see to this Burkinabe issue, because we don't need land dispute or conflict between those people and our citizens back home. It is not a good deal, and we don't need it. We don't need Burkinabe to own land in our district or whosoever that is selling land to them. Please, that's my appeal.
All right.
Use your good office.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
To suppress the people, right?
Okay. Yeah, Honorable, go ahead. I know there's a number calling from UK. I will go to them.
Thank you so much. The previous caller who is so annoyed with my choice of candidate, I will tell him to please come back and make his own vote. He got a right to vote. I got my right to vote, and I choose who I think that can represent me. It's my freedom of choice. He is free to come. He's talking about 2005 to show how disconnected he is with the politics of today. So he is free to come by to vote. My own mayor vote for that mayor call. Don't get vexed with me. Come by and exercise your franchise. If you have one.
Let me intercept you and go to Labrador for this call here quick. Labrador, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
Gedeh, calling from Labasi, Monrovia.
All right. Good afternoon. What's your question, buddy?
Yeah, my question is, guy is saying that he does not have Burkinabe on his son. For him, it's source in his meeting. I just came from the district, that's on district in recent time. He has Burkinabe. He and Honorable Zoe Maneteni, they have Burkinabe. The then second this issue for me as from the angle of the Revolutionary Youth Alliance of Grand Gedeh Country, who they're speaking against the encroachment of Burkinabe on our land in Grand Gedeh Country. But what you say is false and misleading.
Do you have anything to submit to us here at LPR to authenticate that?
Yes. I have photographs, and even if you people want recording from the district, I can submit. I can submit that.
I will be glad when
But
you
we
did.
have-
I
we
will be
have-
glad. I will be glad when you did. This number is on WhatsApp, or you can even get us on Facebook, and we can authenticate that. I mean, the views expressed here, you have the right to speak to it. I'm just only saying, if you have that, then we'll be followed. We can follow expand on that. Do you have any other question?
And so far, I don't have any question
Yeah,
for
okay.
now.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Thank you.
Mr. So.
And again, we are hoping.
Quickly, Mr. So, quickly,
So,
please.
Mr. So.
All right.
Mr. So.
Thank you.
All right. Okay.
Mr. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. So, this JJ. I just want for us to be honest with ourselves. We are from Barton District. We work as a team. Anybody who want to give your station, I know that you can do your investigation. Any information like the question you ask, if you have something, let them submit it to you. We in administration in the United States here, we are willing to work with anybody that will give us this kind of information. And if you send it as a photo document, tell us which of the farm you are on and you're recording. Because we know we got some patients.
Mr. So, I'm seriously jumping out of my chair right now as a liberal. I think we're really jumping out of the rail right now. There is no law in Liberia that forbid anybody to have anybody on their farm. Why would we want to send somebody to investigate? Even if what the representative say if it's not true, that's his farm. If he's doing something that is contrary to the government of Liberia or to the constitution or to the law of the county, let the county official. I don't agree with you guys trying to investigate and what have you. I don't feel comfortable with it, Mr. So.
Yeah, before the honorable, we have a piece of job here. He said, I'm not the only way, even by his saying here, does not mean I want to say that's it. You know, we have to work on
exactly. That's true.
We have to
want to know.
But we allow people to, and the honorable agreed that views expressed here is not a view of the management and staff of the LPR, but we want to have this conversation here in mind that to make some of these things that is equally addressed. Honorable, you want to respond? Okay.
Yes, surely.
I beg you. The United Kingdom person here been calling so much.
You know. The first thing I was explaining about this guy who said why I should suppose to open all of these things, but it's clear he has a right. If he wants to come by the Liberia to vote, let him get on a plane, come back, and not to oppose my candidate. If he wants to do it, yes, it's a political right. Let him come and exercise a franchise. That's one. And the gentleman who just said, I am lying, I got Burkina Faso on a farm, ask him whether he even knows Porter. And if he knows Porter, whether he knows the direction of my farm. But those are young people that are spreading falsehood and continue to spread blackmails. Okay? I have no Burkina Faso on my farm. I'm providing legitimate job for Liberians. And I also have the right to hire whoever I want to work on my farm. So long they meet the residency clause and they are here in Liberia legitimately and they are willing to work, I will hire them. Okay? So that is not issue. Whatsoever photo he say he's taking, whether he knows my farm or he knows Porter in the first place, Porter as a community, those are things. But I'm sure he doesn't know me. Probably besides seeing my pictures and other things, he probably may not even interacted with me before. So I'm not giving him credence, and I'm not giving him credence. I think we should do useful things for the growth of our community. To Justin Gay, I like a comment, but I cannot use my office to suppress other people above other people's interests. All of them have rights. If somebody in Dojita and says, I get my land, I want to bring people to work on my farm, I can't say, don't bring Burkina Faso here because people sign resolution in Dojita. I would not infringe on other people's right to uphold quote unquote majority rights. No, then I'm not being fair. Everybody is free to work for their personal growth, so long they are working within the framework of the law. In as much as I like that he doesn't like them, in the same digital, there are people who want people to work for them. Okay? So that is the problem. And I'm not going to resist other Africans that don't come here rightfully. That's my own point. Come here rightfully. Liberia is a land of the black people, and that's the reason, even on our constitution, and then black men can be citizens in Liberia. That's constitutional.
I have a question for the honorable about the upcoming election. That 2023, he said he wants to stand for the senatorial position. I was wondering, is 2023, is that when Honorable Marshall Dennis' term comes up? And is that who you want to challenge, or is he getting out of the race?
2023, there'll be vacancies. So whoever gets the fund.
So, but Marshall Dennis is getting out.
So well, I don't know. As far as our discussion with Marshall prior to elections, Marshall told me he's going for one term. At that time, in fact, he'll be more than 60 years old. He will not be able to seek re-election. That's what I know. And he does have supported him. And for the sake of Boston District, no, listen, for the sake of our district.
I don't mean to interrupt. If he stays in the race, he's from Boston District.
Something. I'm not reading his mind. No, I'm not reading his mind.
Some sort of issue. I know constitutionally you have the right to do that. But have you considered our own culture as Boston people for the senatorial position? If the Senator Marshall decide to stay, is that not something that you will consider? Boston people feeling, Boston people interest of being peaceful, what have you?
Something to? Yes. I have other things here to talk about. Whether Marshall stay in the race, Marshall not stay in the race. Are you saying because Marshall in the race, somebody else can run? Suppose that you know what I want to go run 2023, then I would say I'm going to wait for LA 30 grand to say you're not running before. Please, let me go to this question here with United Kingdom. Yeah,
you know, if you want to dismiss my question, it's up to you, Mr. Horst.
It's a waste of time. The man said
he's going to be in the studio.
Yeah, the message is running. So why you want to come tell him from somebody from Icon? Wait. Go, you can go. And from Total, go run too. Let me go to Alan here and this question here. Hello, caller, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, okay, go ahead quickly with your question.
Good afternoon. This is Pazawi.
Oh, Pazawi, how are you? Yeah, how are you?
Magazawi?
Good. Go ahead. What's your question?
My question to the representative, as he said, he had no Burkina on his phone.
Right.
But there's any concern of him about Burkina into our county, into our district, and making found that had no legal status in Liberia? And so, what have we done as representative of our district and the county and representative of the country as a whole?
Okay, he will go back to your response. I think we have talked one year about that. He can better address that. What I try to contact this person from UK who been trying to. Thank you. Okay, let me go back to you. Honorable, you want to address that question?
Yes. I have said repeatedly, when this whole incident started, I was the champion. When they were illegally coming, let me put it that way, I championed it. In fact, that was caused the first time that it subsided. And this time around, it is our own people going for them. So, Liberian who say I get capacity to pay for labor, I want people to work with me on my farm. I cannot stop them. It's their right to survive. And if they bring people to work with them, I will not stop them, period. If they come in irregularly, trust me, they will not enter our district anymore. We know what we did before to get those unlawful people from there, and we can still replay such tape. But when they come in through the borders, collecting their travel documents, like some of our brothers who are migrated to other parts of the world, I'm not going to stop there. If you travel to other part of the world, nobody is saying go by within 1 year. I cannot do the opposite. As long as they come here legitimately, they will stay here. If they are working for you on your farm and you got your land deed, you got your customary land that you are working with people to change your life, to improve your livelihood, I'm not going to oppose people find a way to improve their livelihood. In fact, when their livelihood is improved, they will stop bothering you in the diaspora. Send me money to buy rice. Send me money. I want to buy pepper and I get pepper today. Send me money to pay my children's school fees. We are fighting to see how our people can be financially independent as well. Look, we've lived for over centuries. Our communities are dilapidated. We have communities that are not able to improve to improve their own life. Now, if somebody say I'm going into agriculture, that I become self-sufficient, that I'm able to transform my family life and create generational wealth for my people, I, Ellis
Hello,
Gray,
are you there?
cannot do that to
Okay.
prevent them.
Honorable Grant, let me go to UK here. That there's a number yet. Caller, what's your name?
Yeah, my name is Aloysius Doe. I'm actually calling from Norway.
Oh, Norway. Okay, sorry. The line was so basic. That's what I decided to call you back. Okay, go ahead with your question.
Yeah, okay. My concern here is almost the concern of all those Nigerians I've been calling.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the lawmaker said that from the beginning of the this conversation, he said he was trying to talk about those are regular process of immigration within the ECOWAS states and the AU, which is the whole Africa.
Yeah.
That citizens of those countries can move freely from one country to another country. But this migration we are talking about here is actually illegal migration because the
You don't have proof to what you say.
they have been complaining about the illegal entry of Burkina Faso into the forest, crossing through, let's say, all the Kavala River, and not even coming to those towns and villages in Grand Gedeh to report themselves. You see, and that has been ongoing more than 3 years now or 4 years. But he now talking about they did something in Bason district, and that has stopped the people from coming before. And if they continue to come illegally, they will do the same thing. So we are trying to talk about the whole of Grand Gedeh. We're not talking about one district now because this is affecting our people. Okay. I understand that actually said people are coming, let's say, legally now with documents and whatsoever to show the authorities. But we have borders that are open that people can pass through to show themselves. They are being illegal entry into the forest of Grand Gedeh. So that's my concern.
Yeah, okay. I think that's even though you people are coming in, but you are saying there are other people too also infiltrating, bypassing, and going into the forest, and they are hosting the people. That's a concern you're expressing, correct?
Yes, the illegal entry of Burkina Faso into Grand Gedeh or into the Liberian territory, because we will not leave from Liberia to enter Burkina Faso illegally and just start farming or brushing forests. That is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Mr. So.
Yeah, I was supposed to call back. This is Padawi. I'm not asking questions this time. I don't want to make a statement just for 30 seconds.
Go ahead.
All right. When the representative spoke, he was saying that if the people have money and they want to bring people to work for them, you cannot do anything because the people have money. The representative, she's not suitable to be representative for our county or for our district. And this is why. So starting off, if anybody have money can violate the law, as a city or representative, you're making such a statement because the poor have money and the poor can bring anybody to work for them. So he's not the right person to lead us. He might resign.
Okay.
You don't have to have people on your phone illegally for you to say, I will take responsibility of it. We elected you so that you can be our spokesperson.
You didn't elect me. You don't have voting right here.
All go power as state representative, and you see things like that going on. Have you read in the Justice Ministry, the Bureau of Immigration, that these are the kind of things that are going on into my district, into my county? They say the poor have money. So you have money, you can violate the law. That's the statement I want to make.
Okay, let me.
To be
Quickly, Alfonso, quickly. Let me respond to that woman, please.
Okay.
Mr. Honorable, hold on 1 second before you respond. Mr. Sto, can I ask a question?
Oh, yeah, sure.
All right. Honorable, thank you very much. I know you've been talking. I see you drinking water and all this kind of thing. My question is, if I leave from here today and went to Boston District, where can I locate you? Where is your office? Where can I meet my representative and talk with you? Do you have an office there?
Good. Before I come to that question, I want to respond quickly to that woman before I come to you. The question is legitimate. One thing I'll tell the woman, he does not have voting right in Liberia. So whether I are suitable or not suitable, that's the decision of the people of Boston District, and they know I'm capable and I've served them, and that's why I got reflected in the elections. That's why I got re-election. Thankfully, he doesn't have voting right in Liberia. He had no influence here, and he's speaking things that he doesn't know. I can say that. For fact, I can say that he doesn't know what he's saying, but I can consider him because of his age. Maybe because as you get older in the social cognitive theory, the older you get, the more your performance reduces. He does not know what he's talking. I never said anybody who get money can go bring people illegally. I said these people are coming through the border, and if a Liberian has the money to bring people legitimately to work for them, I cannot stop them. It's not because he's exhibiting a xenophobic attitude or posture that I should give credence to, because he said I don't want them, and the other people who want them, I should infringe on their rights. I can never do that. He does not have voting right there, so he cannot vote me out. And I'm going 2023 to the Senate as the senator of Grand Gedeh County. Overwhelmingly, I will win. So he should not waste the time. He should focus on insulting George Weah and his government official, not me, because that is his career. But I can understand when you are retired, you don't have much to offer. Thank you.
Do you have office in?
My question. No, my question.
Now the question of yes, I have office, and my office is important, centrally located, based on the district that I represent. I have districts, 4 districts, 3 of which are from the Boston Territory District. 1 is from Kavala. If I should decide to go to Jaudi, I will be infringing on the people of Kavala. Okay, so say we have Porter as a central location, I am suitably using our location. And addition to that, there is no law that says the representative should establish district office. I mean, it's a country of rule of law. There is no law, but as a person, for morality, just give us a time. For morality and as a perfect leader, in fact, in all of the districts, I have people spread over the district who are getting information and feeding the central office. So when I get to the district,
I'm talking about office.
I have an office in Portland. We're equipped.
Okay, but yeah.
Yes. But I'm saying it is not legitimate. It is not in the law, but we do it for suitability. We do it because we have to work with our people. And those are some of the innovative things that we do to attract people to us.
Okay.
So when I get to any location, as long as there's a government office, I take over the office of that senior government official. They turn the gavel over to me, and when I'm leaving, I return it to them. It's like the president. President does not have personal office in the county. When the president goes to the county, the superintendent turns over the gavel of authority.
Yeah. Okay, but to add up to the president question, to say that's why your politician myself, we can't be too friendly. If I come there, you hold me content, that's a different thing. Then we're talking.
No problem. You know, you always my brother and friend.
Then we're talking again that way. But to say that the constitution. So the question here is, how do you expect your whole constituents to come to Monrovia? Is that what you're saying? If you say you have offer in Portland, that okay. But to come and tell us that the constitution does not demand that my own sitting representative here. If I want to see him, I don't have to go to Washington. I just need to call his secretary, and then I can walk there. I think that kind of creates transparency and good working coordination. You want to have your people calling you from your constituent, hey, Mr. Representative, this is why X, Y, Z, going. I think that's a perfect way. Don't you think so? So am I going to get your office number important? Now your Monrovia cell phone number.
Okay, 0776.
Okay.
Okay, so as I'm saying, I in fact, besides the office important, I decentralized in all of the districts. I have representatives just to minimize people migrating or moving from one point to another point. To I want to be accessible, and I want to. I mean, I am as much as possible accessible. So I got contacts in all of the districts. People talk to me from time to time, and my representatives see some projects that are being undertaken. I mean, to make it much more simple, almost everyone in the district has my number.
Yeah, no. Again, whether they get your number, they know your car.
I have an office, but I'm just trying to decentralize.
Okay, we will appreciate that because
yes,
maybe if I go for visit, I want to maybe try follow with your liaisons in the district to say, oh, when is the honorable come here? How often do you visit that office?
as often as I get to Grand Gedeh. Right now we are in session, but then we're studying on the 16th of May. I returned from Grand Gedeh.
Do you
I took
hold
2 weeks off.
Do
I
you
took
hold
2 weeks off from the office, and I was in Grand Gedeh County, made myself available to the people to monitor how people are responding to this pandemic. I even took some social protection equipment to the county just to ensure that our people are protected. I carry buckets, soap, detergents, just to ensure that our people are protected. Okay, I was in the district, in the county to monitor how people are responding. And that's how I am very much informed of the kind of response process in the county. And that's why I spoke authoritatively, because I am authoritatively informed.
Do you host like a town hall meeting to know the inner part of what your districts, your constituents, what they're looking for? Do you have like a meeting when you go there, have a meeting, whatever you're going to meet routinely sometimes?
Yes, sometimes I do, but for this particular trip, I didn't do. Why I didn't do? Because the protocols of this pandemic don't bring crowd together, because you don't know who is who and who is either symptomatic or asymptomatic. So I didn't bring people together. I deployed task force that went from place to place to deliver these social protection materials.
Who paying the tax for? From who?
I did.
From our money? From taxpayer?
No, you don't have money. I'm using my own resources to keep my district running. My little pay, that what I share with the people. When you go to visit somebody, when they kill chicken for you, it means they say want to eat chicken. So the little thing you get, you divide it as a financial manager. You get them portion, you keep portion for sustainability.
Okay, I'm turning the microphone off. How many the lawmakers are making now? I would only hear a.
Or less than $3,000.
Less than $3,000.
Yes, because by the time your bank loan and other things get there and they are off, you pay your taxes and things. We are practically left with nothing. And that's why we want to see if we can start oil exploration. Probably something will happen again.
Okay,
Mr. So, I know your line is busy, but let me ask the representative a question.
Yeah,
yes. We in the United States, the Boston District Association in the United States, they are undertaking a project back in Jaundy.
I have visited a project.
You have been a high school.
Yeah.
You said you visited a project?
Yes, I visited a project at least once.
Okay.
Actually, on 2 separate occasions, and then I also sent my young people to go monitor. That's how they told me one of the structures that were damaged by the time they were preparing. You guys are doing it again, and I must say thank you to you. You are supporting our efforts in developing the district. I also visited a clinic project in Sleta, being undertaken by I think Afonso. No, this Augustine Meyer, right? Yeah, Augustine Meyer and co. Yes, I visit the projects. I'm concerned because I want to know what is happening in our district.
Okay.
Thank you again.
I just asked the question to know whether you ever went there, but since you say you've been there, that's good. Thank you very much.
At least once.
Okay.
So, Mr. President, talk to the man. How much you see to do to that project? And I just went visit or go see. You can't go see the thing for now. What did you do?
Okay, the thing about it, we need that kind of collaboration. I said it to him once.
Right.
In this case, Honorable Representative, we have this thing, though you're not able to be here. What can you do to support our effort to help you? How can you help us to help you? They didn't say that, and I said it to him when I was in the States in 2016, when I had a meeting with the sister born. Yes, I give them $500, and I make good of that. So if they are engaged me, and this partnership we are establishing now is something I can do. Okay. I've done that. And if they come into the district, it's me they are helping. So I will help them to help me.
Okay. Look,
Well,
So
because
as a way, I mean, instantly,
no,
try to get started. I'll give 10 bags of cement, count on me, I'll deliver in the place myself.
Thank you. But besides that, Mr. So, when we invited him at the convention 2018 convention in Maryland, Baltimore.
You are right, Mr. President. And I sent my chief of office staff, now a permanent resident of the United States of America, and I made a pledge of $500. Now that you are saying I will redeem it, I'm a man of my words.
Thank you.
Okay, Honorable, I don't think we're going to hold you hostage because we are anticipating to have this sort of dialogue. Some of them will go good, some of them will go bad. But if all of us are in the U.S. and other parts, if we can continue to have these sort of civil organizations without being maybe judgmental or ask these sort of ended questions, I don't think we'll get the result. I know you've been here for a little while and like you were open to it. And you say we want to be doing, and not just only for our country. If we can have all of our leaders to come here, it will be something to. Before we let the honorable go, before he makes his closing to remark, you're a liberal man. You're telling me you want to tell me because Chersia Grant is a representative or Senate representative. So when come next year, representative, I shouldn't go because I'm from Boston District. He's from Boston District. Seriously.
Mr. So, as usual, you will take my position and try to turn it the other way around. That's what's in the intent. As an older brother, as somebody who has a big interest for all of you guys, I just don't like to see where situations are not properly discussed among us as our brothers and sisters. Now, for example, on a very serious note, for example, the representative has a constitutional mandate, constitutional right to say whatever he wants to do, what position he wants to contend for. There's no question. My only concern, as somebody from Bison District and one of the older brother around, election are not usually things that our people gravitate toward in terms of being happy. So if the senator who is also the big brother to Mr. Green, I believe he knows that. If he's a sitting senator, are you then prepared to challenge the sitting senator, even though the Constitution allowed that? Now, what does that do with the relationship with the people in Boston District? What happens to the people that will be supporting Representative Grant and people who's going to be who's going to be supporting the senator? That is my concern. It's not like the senator have to wait. The representative have to wait and see permission.
Mr. Abapol, hold on one
second. And make sure we all play drum and dance together. Mr. So that's it. Please don't take my word into your conservative view and try to twist it around as though I'm somebody. I'm a liberal. I like to see things peaceful.
Okay, Abapol, hold on 1 second. Let me go to this question here. Peacemaker. Caller, are you there from New Jersey? That's the last call here. Quickly, I was just trying to call you back. Are you there?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead with your question. What's your name?
My name is Edward Zulu, and I'm calling from New Jersey.
Okay, go ahead quickly.
Okay, my question here to Mr. Honorable Grant is, he said that Gedeh has 64 crossing point. So I want to know what they have for security to the various crossing point. If not so, how do you know that? How does he know that the illegal immigrant coming into the country?
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Okay, folks. We can't end all here today. Myself here now is son. Okay, Mr. Honorable, are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, okay. That's the last person for the day, and we're going to be wrapping it up. Do you want to? You said there are 64 entry points.
Yes, at least 59 of those are irregular crossing points. Those who have come irregularly will have to face immigration issues if they are caught. Those who I know that are residing in the districts are mainly papers holders. From what I know, because the superintendent is involved with this, the immigration people there. So if there are people, even in the great United States, there are people without papers. In the great United States, there are still irregular migrants in the United States today, undocumented migrants. So Let's talk about Liberia, which is just a little village, so to speak. I'm not intending to denigrate our country. This is happening. There's a universal issue of migrant is a global issue, and that's why United Nations itself has this global compact on migration to deal with migration issues. So, I mean, I'm not saying all of them are perfectly holding credentials, but there are people that will always be there in the group. But on the overall, we are thinking about how to deal with this issue. Then my own proposal of dealing with the issue is if we can work together with you guys in the states, can we find a better way that we can prevent the recurrence of situation having in Africa? Since we now know that there's history to migration issues that brought Africa to a particular position. Can we work together, like the people to offer to provide some support to us on the issue of this engineering, public works, and so. If we can even get some of our brothers who are lawyers, can we put some framework documents together to protect the land they are giving? Can we ask the people who are harboring these farmers, what kind of agreement you have with these people? Do you have a way, maybe the contract that you are giving the people, so we can have an organization that will follow up on these people who are entertaining them. Let's see your agreement so that it doesn't degenerate to conflictual situation tomorrow. And then we'll come up with maybe Boston District Association on the ground to come up with framework documentation with legitimacy to work with people with the purpose of finding an amicable future or predicting a future, because that's the essence of law. Or you maybe make a petition to us working on law to protect our people land in the future. But to say you're driving, I don't have that other power. I will not tell the people say you're driving people. Let's work with them. Let's get the laws. Let's get documents by which we can help our people to get people who will help them to work with them, maybe in our partnership. Because there are concessions. We are giving Chinese concession in Liberia, and people are not condemning them. But your fellow Africans, you are trying to discriminate.
Okay, all right. Okay.
On the issue of 2023, we have a binding precedent, Mr. Toh. The binding precedent is such that we're talking about Boston District, but there was a time somebody from Trenton was in the race and said, let it jump there. So that's a binding precedent. I am not opposing him. 2023 is going to be a vacant seat for those who are able and persuasive to grab. And I can assure you, with your support, with all of you people's support, we can protect and prevent. I mean, Boston District being.
All
so
right.
we have to think about it. On a serious note, I will get your number and then we'll have a conversation off the line. Like I've been talking with Brother JJ, I've been talking with Alfonso and my man, and now today, with your openness to support my leadership, I can assure you I will keep talking to you. Immediately after here, I will talk to Mr. So. Let him give me your number. I'd really like to talk to you continuously. Mr. So I mean, I'm very grateful. Even though I gave 2 hours, now we've gone 2 hours, 28 minutes, 50 seconds.
We're wrapping up now.
Once I'm talking to my people, it is about our people. I can sacrifice even the next 5 hours to talk. But otherwise, thank you. Let's do it quarterly and see how efficient and effective it's going to be. That we'll continue to talk, because sometimes people make judgment on things they don't know. People make decisions without doing investigation. But I am available, I'm accessible as often as possible. That's why I can be found on Facebook, I can be found on WhatsApp, I can be found on Duo, just to make myself available and accessible to people.
Okay. Fair to mention, I want to thank you so much for accepting our invitation. And let me just point out here publicly, I don't have secret. The very first group of people that contact was Senator Marshall Dennis, Senator Alfonso Gay, George Bole, Zoe Emmanuel Peno, and only Rufus Dokui to contact to me that he wanted to come on program and say, I was not interested in talking to you. I wanted to talk to the person that the people of Green that elected. And that was it. When Zoe Peno decided to talk to us, like you are doing here, we're also bringing. So I just want to thank you. And I hope I will still reach out to them, because probably, I don't know, we're not been doing it, but at least technology has advanced. We need to have it so that we can have these conversations, and we will always disagree. But at the end of the day, we will pick up the good one, and we can eventually make it good. So I want to thank you so much, Samson. Mr. President, is there any closing thing before we let you guys go? So don't come tell me here because Grant want to be senator, Alfonso's want to be senator to a point. Look, this is not total. We are no longer standing in line where people can count people to vote. All right, that's why we have a secret ballot. What are you talking about?
Thank you. I'm not going to follow your conservative view this afternoon. I will bring you on my show and I will take you on. Yes, you as usual. You will run away from my liberal view because you conservative cannot stand our liberal view. So that's besides the point. Mr. Representative, Honorable Representative, thank you very much for coming on La Bronco Radio. We appreciate it. Not everyone will be on the same page with you, but the fact that you allow yourself to be out here for brothers and sisters to question, that says the volume. That's a lot. That's a lot, and I really appreciate it. And so as I stated, the reason why I'm offering my support, in a sense, giving you whatever information when it comes to the role, network, and whatever in Grand Gedeh, I don't mind helping because I'm from Grand Gedeh. I will be traveling to Grand Gedeh. I don't want to travel on a road that perhaps is not going to support whatever truck that I'm going to be using. So whatever information that I'm going to be providing to you and whoever is going to be in need of that, I don't mind doing it. It won't cost me any money except for a little thing that I know. So call on me anytime and we'll do that. And let me just tell you something quickly here before I leave. You see the Putu Mountain?
Yeah.
They have a lot of materials over there before they went to get to the iron ore, which is they have to scrape the topsoil, and after scrape the topsoil, they also have to scrape what they call another byproducts. Those byproducts between the topsoil and the iron ore themselves, those material, those are road building material.
Okay.
Purchase those things.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable, for coming, and thank you, Mr. So, for giving him this particular time to speak to the people of Barton District. I know there are some other people that are not from Barton District that had the opportunity to, ask some questions and get some information. We are happy, and I hope they shouldn't be the last. Anytime if the program LPR asks you to come on and be able to tell us what is going on. There's a committee that we set up in America here with Barton District Association that are going to go into the Burkina B issue over there. They are not there to get away. They are only there to have some questions to answer. So if they call on your office, please give them the audience so that you can all talk about it. I mean, the way you presented it tonight. This afternoon, and anytime you can call on me, like as we always do. Let us talk Barton District. We are here to see the kind of good development back home. And before we do anything, they want to know how you doing it there too. We'll not do anything without your concern. And thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Too, and thank you, Alfonso too.
Okay. All right. Well, folks, the Liberal Progressive. Honorable Grant, thank you so much for your time, and I'm hoping for us having this conversation. I will still try to reach out to your other colleagues like I did. Hopefully, they will answer our call and for us to have this discussion. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. Okay, well, folks, that does it this afternoon. Time check yet. It's 1:25 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want to thank all of my guests, President Dennis, Samson Branto. I want to thank you so much. And to our listening audience, for those of you who question came true, this is what we do here. But on a serious note, when we ask people here, questions is just a question that, we have time frame that we operate with. So when we put this announcement out that we're going to be having a conversation, and when you follow the conversation from the onset, my guess that you should write down your questions based on what the guest is saying or what a question that you want to have, then we can give you our time. We are not here to be judgmental, so we put the issues out and we hope to have a discussion. The invitation is still out to Honorable Zoe Emmanuel Pennon, Dr. George Bole, Senator Marshall Dennis, Senator Alfonso Gay, even though he's not seeking re-election, but he's still there. We still need to talk to him. There are some other things ongoing. Until then, folks, I want to thank you so much for being here. And every good thing must come to an end. All right, we will be soon. Remember, there's lady allegedly accused Representative Seabolt. We are doing everything possible when we conclude arrangement. She will be appearing on LPR this coming Tuesday. And I will also reach out to Representative Seabolt to get his version. She was jailed 2 days ago and was free. We managed to talk to her in the board of Cruton. She has agreed to appear on the Liberal Public Radio to get an insight of a alleged case against Representative Subu. We'll also do all we can to get Subu. Again, so we'll try to reach the rest of the lawmakers. And it's not just only going to be limited to Grand Gedeh. Of course, the 15 political subdivisions we will be getting, including those who are even seeking elections. We need to talk to these people. We need to create a conversation. We need to get a heads up who they are, what they want, and what they are bringing to the table, instead of then getting there and then asking them what you intend to do. Until then, folks, I want to thank you so much for being part of this program here. Every good thing must come to an end. And hopefully tomorrow is Monday. The Liberal Progressive, Samson Bloku Brown Todt will be live from SACTAN, the Sacramento studio beat of the Liberia Public Radio. Time Alfonso so right here this afternoon, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for sharing your Sunday with me.
Yeah, I get well. The blue Sabaleka with such a I've been told. Marina Mo. Toke Toma, Imade Kari, Made, Abe Adoye Ola do Opere Abile, Wela Banyo so de Boji so Papibo, Yame Yibe de Papibo, Siba Abu de Papibo, Olu Jebe de Papibo, Kele Ale no Banyo so de Papibo, Maya Bene Keke Chubo de Puno, Ruga Jeme de Papibo, You are not dead about me. They married the glory, me that would know. They are just a ratty, they were. I said, my work for a judge in the world. So I tell you, we want to buy Jerry well. We want to buy Jerry well. Susanna Twati, Yakele Takaparu, Samuel Hello, Red Passa, Ajamo Jamai. Your problem, your dear, my blame your weight. I thought we get to be a bago.
The atmosphere from the class go Tina Johnson. I do all I beg more. Say they are going on for you. This year they are going on for you. Not the fire. They are not for you. Come on, say they are going for you. Not the fire. They are going on for you. Say they are going for you. Not the fire. Like the leg of your Sally. You need to Sally. Ruby, I will Sally. With a junior, I will Sally. Let you Sally, Mona. Nothing for your way. I'm with you, Sally. Sally, oh, nothing for you. Sally, oh, nothing for you. Sally, oh, open your body. Oh, yes, I know the world. And you for your Sally, for no primary away from that one, yes, Sally. That's a big bear, Sally's a boy. Oh, Korea, and Bambi Papa will go your potato. Oh, brother, you want to go, yeah. But they are your baby. I don't feel Sally.